Okay, the live stream should be starting soon. Please give me a moment to make sure everything is set on up. Yep, Rumble's going his turn. Go live. Good. Hit the description. YouTube should be good. Update that. Rumble's going good. Twitch is going good. Let me check my other computer and make sure it's going good. Yep, looks like everything's going good. So let's go ahead and get started. I got a couple replays submitted to me by I really need to slow down and read his name, so I'm going to go and do one of them and do another one a little bit later. Also found some older 2v2s, so let's go and get those recorded as well. So let's go and start with this one here. Of course, if you guys have any good replays you want me to cast, go ahead and put a link into the comments section and let me know if it gets blocked as well. So let's get started. Greetings everyone, and great here. Another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as a Panzer League player with Stoko Lomoliv. I still don't know how to properly pronounce his name. On the US player as the US player, we have Gorgu. Not Gorguts, Gorgu. I think that is the pre-orc version of him. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of it today. My mind's just fried today. Little sleep. We do now. The engineers going capture up the missions point now. Got the barracks not pulling field, likely going for a rifleman. Kaliningrad captured this sector. Panzer Grenadiers making their way towards this strategic point there. So it's a bit of a not aggressive push there, Panzer League player. More of a not passive, more like just standard. Just trying to cap up some sectors in the area. Munitions point being captured on up. Got the engineers pushing a bit far forward. I don't know why. Ever since I got upgraded my graphics card, this map causes lag spikes. It seems like it only affects this map. I have no idea why. The map's some sort of bad entity that doesn't like 4080. Engineers now eyeing for this fuel point now. Over here, we do got the rifleman squad captured this point. I could try alt-tabbing and stopping like the Twitch stream over there. It's weird, just this map that causes issues for my graphics card. And this game shouldn't really cause me lag, especially with the hardware I have. Panzer Grenadiers capture up this point now. That point will be secured on up. We got the Kaliningrad capture of this munitions point here. And now we do have the Panzer Grenadiers advance forward, trying to get some damage there on those engineers. Looks like they're just going to go for the cutoff point there. Very nice. Rifleman squad captured the munitions point there. The engineers have captured the fuel point. Kaliningrad may just try to decapture it. Of course, that fuel point is not in supply right now. Rifleman squad not advancing forward and got this cutoff point now being cut off. Jeep now deployed out on the field. Engineers eyeing for this fuel point, but of course it is not even in supply. Even if we had this cutoff point. Kaliningrad may be eyeing for that munitions sector there, just decides to decapture it and move on. Doesn't provide any resources, and all he's trying to do is deny his opponent resources, so very nice. And these Panzer Grenadiers are pushing way forward. They do spot the Jeep here. There's a good number of windows on the side, so it's a good firing point for the Panzer Grenadier from that angle. And we got the engineer capturing up this fuel point now.
We are losing ground.
It just captured this munitions point there. Likely see another rifleman squad almost deployed on out. And now we got a logistics company. Very nice. Maybe we'll see 4-man squads. 4-man squads does provide 43% more damage and health, barring any additional upgrades, or barring the Panzerschreck and G43 upgrade. Still does the same amount effect with the STG upgrade. Just G43s and Panzerschrecks, of course, are limited to certain models. But still provides some good bolt-action rifle fire. If you're satisfied with the bolt-action rifles of the Panzer Grenadiers, it's a great upgrade for you. It does get a wipe there on the engineer. Relatively a small loss. Still something you don't want to lose. You need the Captain Crusher, which is company now fully deployed on the field. He's consumed all his fuel for that deployment of the structure. No, that shouldn't cost that much fuel. He must not have had much fuel income to begin with, didn't he? Yeah, he's only at +10, so, and it's been nearly 4 minutes, and base income is 5 fuel, so he must have invested in something and not realize. Maybe that's what he invested fuel on. Basic healing. Chief has received a bit of fire there. Rifleman squad does get suppressive fired by the G43 squad, and we got these 2 Panzer Grenadiers here, both a bit wounded. And we'll may need to fall back sooner rather than later. Stop retreats away now, full retreats now. We've got 3 rifleman squads in this region. This Panzer Grenadier is just overwhelmed, so might as well just retreat back nice and early. This point has been decaptured, however, it is not a cutoff point. Note that central point, the strategic point there, does keep the stuff in supply. So he has a spider web of resource controls, but this does allow... And now the engineers are falling back. Panzer Grenadiers going to recapture this point now. Rifleman squad's decapturing point, so once this point's decaptured, he will start losing income. Now this Rifleman squad is starting to engage the Jeep, or not Jeep, Petrograd. Oh, got a big wave of penetrating bullets there.
We have lost a vehicle.
And goes down.
We are losing a sector.
Still not great fuel income for the Panzer League player, and he will maintain minimal fuel income from this point here, so he will need to start eyeing some more fuel points. We now got the scout car being plotted on the field, the 221, which is a capture, self-propelled capturing vehicle.
Supply lines are broken. We have
he may be eyeing to upgrade it to 223 later on to get increased resource income. Jeep and option before got more G43s being plotted on the field. And his rifleman squad does get some damage there on the Panzer Grenadier. Multiple Panzer Grenadiers are pushing way forward. A rifleman squad will get one. Too many squads in this region. He doesn't need to send all of his rifleman squads over here. He could perhaps split them up. 2 will be more than plenty to deal with a rifleman. And the other 2 could perhaps say capture this sector and this sector. Deep push moving forward. 221 now plotted on the field. He can use it to capture a lot of sectors as well, along with the Kettenkrad. We got multiple squads of G43s now deployed on the field. We do now have the motor pool being deployed on the field. The US player has been maintaining great field control there. Rifleman squad T-posing, but needs reinforcements. Rifleman squad is eyeing for that barn. And the Kettenkrad, or not the Kettenkrad, the 221 is starting to capture some sectors. Panzer Grenadiers eyeing for this cutoff point here once again. Jeep is at full health at the moment. Now it's no longer at the full health at the moment. Jeep does fall back now. And now I've got the Kettenkrad being upgraded to 223 now. And now I've got the Panzer Support Command. Will we see a Panzer IV C? Most people don't go for Panzer Support Command. Most people rely on the 222s. Fast, mobile, provides good fire support. Panzer IV Cs, however, provides bigger holes, but it takes a bit longer to get deployed on out because you have to get the Panzer Support Command upgrade. You could see Hotchkiss as an alternative. That is the same slot. Keep now trying to find some shots there on the Kettenkrad. 2 squads of Panzer Grenadiers inside the garrison there. There's 5 windows here. This Panzer Grenadier squad may be eyeing just going straight for the fuel point now. Rifleman squad does fall back, so this Panzer Grenadier can abandon the building, get into the munitions point, and the other squad gets the fuel point. He does need that for fuel. He just got the Panzer Support Command. And And he's going for light TF track, very nice. Still potentially can deploy out a Panzer IV-C, which can help hard lock down this area.
Ready for orders.
You should see a bit of fire there. We're doing out a T-17 armor car now on the field, and does have this point locked down thanks to the 223 upgrade, denying the. That's actually, I really like that. If he had a bit more fuel to back it up and get down that light TF track first, it probably would have been a bit better. This could really be good because he's preventing the cutoff point from being captured. So the same way a British player can just charge forward of his HQ, set it right there, and lock down the sector, denying the majority of the map to your opponent. 70,000 firing gate. It's sustained a sliver damage. No, it didn't even sustain a sliver damage so far. Just going to eat some shots there until light TF track advances on forward. There's light TF track. It has advanced on forward. No crit shot just yet. It does get the destroyed engine crit there. It does get a crit shot. And it does throw a shot onto his own Panzer Grenadiers there. Rolls a bounce there onto hay. Yes, the light TF track can bounce off the hay. To be fair, it's pretty easy to have bullets ricochet, but I don't think they can really bounce off of hay. I suppose if they hit the right angle, it can easily bounce off the hay. But bullets can easily ricochet in real life. Good to stay on the T-17. Engineers trying to stop the light TF track. Main gun a short crit there, so that T-17 is basically dead. Now he's trying to charge him forward, does take out the forces. This Panzer Grenadier squad needs to fall back and make it wiped out. He may use suppressive fire on the rifleman squads there. Gates hits there onto the Jeep now. Does use suppressive fire on one of the squads there. He's actually low on munitions. Both Panzer Grenadier squads falling back. T-17 has seen the damage, but nothing too critical. But the rifleman squads can plink away against it. I think at this point in time, the 221 may just want to back out of the region. He takes good fire there. I don't know if the 221 can get suppression fire, or 223 I should say, suppressive effect on infantry units, but does get some damage there. That one defense is very important there. He's trying to hold the line here. Right now, the US player is on minimal income. Light TF track has fallen back entirely. Even back at home for repairs until he doesn't need to take. Don't repair at the moment. You don't need repairs at the moment, so just keep it back home and push forward the infantry. The Panzer Grenadiers are much more on the front line right now, and you don't need vehicle at the moment. There's something that's on motor pool right now, and the armor car does get gunned down now.
Destroyed a vehicle.
We do now have the 4-man squad upgrade. Very, very nice. 5 Panzer Grenadiers are out in the field as well. None of them are reinforced just yet. These two can be reinforced from this guy here.
Don't fuck up. Fall in.
Let's see. No doctrine selection for the Panzer League player just yet. 3 riflemen. Okay, he's going for an AT gun. He canceled whatever he had. Didn't have much full field to begin with, so I'm not sure what he canceled beforehand. It could have been an AT gun there, but yeah, playing manpower still. Does recapture that point there. We do not got the Kettenkrad captured sectors. Need some reinforcements there. Do got the rifleman squad now. Do got a trios in the squad on the field as well. Engineer squad does fall back. He's going to be trying to hit this squad now. This rifle squad could potentially be wiped out by these 2 Panzer Grenadiers. There's 4 models each. One squad does get suppressed there. Does force them back there. Could take time to recapture it up. And this rifle squad is so wounded. We've got a G43 squad here. I think the G43 was recently upgraded. I could be mistaken about that. And that rifle squad does get annihilated. Could take time to capture both these sectors. Actually, skip this sector. Go straight from the munitions point there. M2 flamethrower now deployed on the field. He could use suppressive fire onto it if he had enough munitions.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
And now I've got the 223 upgrade and lockdown sector once again, doing the exact same again. He does not have an AT gun on the field. He's now redeployed it. He canceled it. He really should not have planned to cancel it. The AT gun is going to be useful against Panzer Elite no matter what. It's highly unlucky your opponent will deploy out no additional armed assets. Panzer Grenadier squad needs to fall back. Oh, getting stuck, getting the run around.
Enemy
Does
unit
get
down.
wiped out, however. Stick bomb does connect. Prince Grenadiers on the flank. Gets it fully immobilized, but doesn't hurt exactly once removed in the first place. Doesn't take out that rifleman squad there. There's no medic station either. AT gun still on the field. Does get suppressed there. So he does. This weapon may cause suppression there. Now the rifleman squads are falling on back. As Grenadiers, they both dropped a model. He could use a Birkin to recover the 221. Flame Engineers advancing forward. That can pose a pretty big threat to the Panzer Grenadiers, not so much to the 221.
Casualties being reported.
Does take out one of the Flame Engineers, very nice. Trying to focus on the Flame Engineer, good focus fire. This Panzer Grenadier squad needs to fall back sooner rather than later. Could actually be wiped out by the Engineers. They do fire a couple more bullets here, but Lucy does escape on out there. This Panzer Grenadier is on the front line, no more Flame Engineer in the region. He could throw another stick bomb to the scout car. It says immobilized, but I don't see any crits on the menu here, but sometimes they don't have all animations.
Enemy unit down. Operation posts report we are losing a
2-3
sector.
does go down. Leningrad doing a good job capturing the field.
AT here.
And the US player has 4 command points at the moment. 4 command points. What would I go for? Good it there on the Leningrad.
Eliminated.
He has no munitions to come, so airborne's not a good idea. Probably armor. Armor has a lot of manpower-based abilities, as well as munition-based abilities. So, in a Pershing, probably would be helpful to help supplement your force when you have little fuel as well. So I think going for the Pershing line on armor could be maybe best. STG's now put on the field, get some great damage there. That could really help protect another 223 if he does go for one. An artillery priest wouldn't hurt as well, but it's Panzer Elite. They have a lot of mobile assets on these 223s there, which may be the one time that M2s would be useful against Panzer Elite. Support weapon center going for snipers, okay. Or a mortar wouldn't be half bad. Oh, good hit there by the AT gun.
Standing by.
Panzer Air Command now being put on field. I
The
think it's
enemy
going
is seizing
towards.
our territory.
I think he's eyeing Panther research. I don't think he's going to go for a martyr. Yep, there's the Kampfgriff Company. He's going for his Panther research.
Rejoice, Panzer. Roadblocks are
Comfortable
now at our
players
disposal
now
to enjoy the benefits of our Jaeger command.
Nasty. Does use Scorched Earth and Scorch the point. And that's a point you do not want to be scorched, because that is your cutoff point there. Rifleman squad does fall back now. Can you scorch a point that is locked down by a 223? And if so, what happens? I assume it just becomes neutral, but will the 223 still technically lock down the sector as a glitch? That's probably a bit a buggy interaction if it does. Panzer Grenadiers getting some great damage on the rifleman. Oh wait, a munitions half track. Interesting. And there's a landmine there. Very, very interesting. So do you got the Panzer Elite it's not a telemine, it's a regular landmine like the Wehrmacht player and US players can deploy, and the British players can deploy. I love seeing the less common units. I don't think it's Panther Truck research just yet, so he can't get out his Panther research just yet. B-43 squads doing a good job of securing this left sector. We do have the sniper falling on back. He could use suppressive fire there on the Flame Engineers. Best not go too close to it. Looks like he's hunting down the sniper. Oh, and the Engineers got the point disabled in front of them. Nasty. More landmines being put on the field. I very much like this. Nobody expects the Panzer Elite player to pull out landmines. And I don't think he's seen this munitions half track just yet either. You may hear my drink open up. My apologies.
Achtung! The enemy is impacting Kampfgruppelehr's victory points.
Do now got a fresh Kaliningrad now applying field. He's gone for Scorched Earth. The Kaliningrad can booby trap points as well. Howdy.
Fall in.
Hans Grenadiers push way forward. A little bit overkill, but he should be able to force back these forces. Just keep away from the flamethrower and from the civilian garrison. Though the engineers have seen quite a bit of damage there. Does get efficiency 1. Hello. SCG squad advancing forward, does see a bit of fire there. Flamer could get wiped on out. SCG's definitely on the retreat path. I think he's just keeping that. Yeah, he just let that unit die to get maximum damage on in. It looks like the flame did explode inside the house. That would definitely light the hearth on fire, that's for sure. Do now got the rifle squad suppressed there. Sniping in his second kill. SCG squad down to 2 members there, severely wounded. D43 squad are engaging the rifleman at close range, and the rifleman squad does fall back. And now we do have the machine gun placement being employed on outfield. He really wants to make sure this point doesn't scorched again.
The enemy is weak in the
And
line.
oh, he did not finish off the MG placement, did he? Yeah, still pretty far from being complete. Now got a relatively late 2-2 now employed on the field. I'm more impartial to the Panzer Force C at this point, but at this point in time, probably need something mobile versus the ATK gun. And the sniper does get spotted by 2-2, but the AT gun does protect him. And the point gets scorched once again.
We're
Oh,
losing
we
a
got
strategic
Airborne
sector.
here. Airborne's interesting. He does not maintain good enough. I honestly now more and more think about it. As I mentioned before, and I think Airborne is the worst doctrine pick at this point in time. He has no munitions that
Forward
come
supply lines are
to make use of those powerful abilities. Rifle squad trying to repair up the point there. Does find a Panzer Elite landmine. And I got the munitions half track and light half track now being employed on the field. Oh, I heard another landmine detonation. Rifleman finds another landmine. Are the Panzer Elite mines slightly weaker than other landmines? So I think that Rifleman squad should be a bit more wounded. Starting to repair up the street point now. Airborne rarely win. Lack of late game ability. Yep, I can see that.
We can airdrop resources.
It all
now.
comes down to strategic bombing. The strategic bombing is a powerful resource, but he does not have munitions. That's why he probably went for immediately for the supply drops to get. Oh, wait a second. That can also provide him fuel. Is he actually going to make reasonable usage of the fuel drops of the supply drop? Because most people just use that for munitions, but I think he actually can use that fuel. Weird.
Enemy unit dead.
Let's take out the Kaliningrad there. STG squad is charging forward. Light half track does find a direct hit there on the M1 AT gun there. Re-scorches the point again. And STG squad does fall back now. You could make use of the 30 cal. Yeah, the 30 cal is going to be very useful. Sit up in one of these craters here, and it will help protect that point from being scorched again. But I think... Oh, does take out the ITF track as well. But I think he went Airborne simply to get a chance to win in the game, or the fuel drop as well as the munitions drop. That's up supply yard level 1. But now he can get fuel for various armored assets. And right now, I think he should get out a tank depot and go for a Sherman tank. Oh, Airborne needs Sherman, I think. Exactly what I just said. Perfect. He already has a tier 3. It's one of the few times where I think the supply drop for fuel is just actually useful. We now got some more landmines been pulled off by the Panzer Elite player. Very, very nice. We got some G43 squads advancing forward. Get to riflemen in this region. You may have a bit of trouble seeing what time it is, But right now it is the 22-minute mark, 22:40-second mark in the game. So this game has gone on a bit of time. So it's not like I skipped to tier 3 at this point in time. A little bit late for technically a skip, quote unquote. But now I got the munitions half track, maybe trying to find some landmines up here. Maybe pull out a Goliath.
57 mil at your service.
A Goliath deployed out on this side here. And driving up forward across the road may be a possibility. Rifleman squad has captured the strategic point there. The VPs are in favor of the Panzer lead player by a small margin, but that margin is decreasing at the moment. Let's see if there's any unique text. We do got the Hummel available. The Hummel, I think the Hummels would be a better option than the Panthers at this point in time. He may not know that he's fighting against Airborne just yet. The 30 cal arm crewed by Rifleman could give that away. I don't know if he would realize the supply drop there. But it looks like save up for the Panthers. You got a US landmine playing field. US sniper advanced forward of 2 levels of veterancy with 8 kills.
Ready to pass on orders.
Panthers now being employed out in the field. That would give him a good front line. He has lost one of his Panzer Grenadier squads, one of the G43s. And there's Tank Depot. What asset? It is a M10. Against Panthers, the M10's probably needed multiple M10s. You now have AT guns now being deployed on another AT gun airdrop being deployed on him. Rifleman getting picked away by the Panthers. He's on a bit of open ground there, able to get clear line of sights for those tank shots. And now it does fall back from the region. Panzer Grenadiers advancing on forward. You got the 2 AT guns here. Sniper cook camouflage forward to help spot for those AT guns. Finds a landmine there. Does receive a kill with the 30 cal as well. And does pick off another model there as well, preventing decapture and scorching.
What's up? We hold the initiative. At this rate, we'll be taking Berlin by Christmas.
Let's put some fear into him.
Sniper slowly advancing on forward.
We have aerial recon capabilities.
Air recon is not half bad, but not really that important at this moment in time. It's a good hit there on the Panther. That's one AT gun. The other AT gun is in back reserve up here. Sniper finds a shot there on the Panzer Grenadier. Rifleman and a engineer moving on the flank. I don't know why this map causes lag spikes. Fires a shot there. And now we do have the STG squad force back the engineers. He does have the 30 cal. The mortar has not been crewed. I don't think the mortar would be useful. The Panzer Grenadiers have been a bit too mobile to be hit by a mortar. The make can occasionally get damage. The US player does have plenty of population space for crewing one of them. Sniper does get a shot there. Rifleman now gains some hits as well. STG squad, I don't think will get all much work done. Does fall back now. And it's push line forward. Rolls a miss there. Oh, did that M10 get cancelled? I think he canceled the M10 because I don't see one play on the field and don't see a carcass somewhere. Ah, he canceled it for supply level 2. Very, very nice.
We've got air support available.
STG squad advancing forward. He may find a landmine next to those Panzer Grenadiers. Ah. Protecting the VPs. That makes sense. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. He does have AT guns to hold back the Panthers. Though this AT gun is receiving a lot of hits there and needs to fall back, get some veterans. Wait. Oh yeah, this AT gun has 4 light vehicle kills. So it actually does get a good amount of veterancy there. He needs to get this veterancy alive on this AT gun, because efficiency does pan out big time for AT guns, and does get decrewed now.
Taking casualties.
This player does have the VPs captured. The VPs are very, very similar, soon to be the same.
Eyes on me, infantry.
Alright, from capture the left flank, and the VPs are now the same. Airborne squad being put on field. It's just eyeing for some recoilless rifles.
We're back awaiting your orders, sir.
Paratroopers on point.
And here comes a Hummel barrage. And this may be a problem with capturing of the mortar as well. Notice it's fighting against Scorched Earth, so Hummel barrages can easily say no to any support weapon that the US player wants to field on out.
Rifle squad taking fire.
Rifleman squad now being forced on back. The Panzer Elite player needs to push a bit more towards the VPs. There's double capture against them at the moment. Some hits there on these Panthers. Bit of chip damage, needs to get repaired on up, however. Engineers does spot the Hummel, not like they can do much versus it.
Casualties being
And the
reported.
Minesweeper squad does fall back. Yeah, there's another Minesweeper squad out on the field, so you can spot the occasional Panzer Elite landmine. We got some recoilless rifles on the airborne squad now. Gets a bounce there. The munitions half track still alive, so you can still deploy out some more landlines. And SDG squad can use suppressive fire onto that airborne squad, but of course they can be countered up by fired up. Good hits there, and does fall back to the airborne squad now.
Ready to pass on orders.
Oh, sorry, I just saw your Rumble comments. Well, none of them are Wehrmacht, so neither side can deploy out Knights Crossholders. Sniper does get shot there. I hear Hummel barrage, probably onto the AT gun. Mace hit the sniper.
Enemy unit.
I was thinking they're going to hit the MG. Oh, that barrage may have been on top of the sniper itself. Nope. That's good hit there. Sorry for the lag spikes. I don't know why. This map just causes lag spikes. All the maps generally work fine, but this map with my new graphics card, relatively new graphics card, just doesn't like each other. I do not know why. 30 cal does go down. We do have the M1 AT gun receiving some shots there. Panthers moving forward. They have not been repaired enough. AT gun does get through. Got the snipe. Oh, recoilless rifle does get a good rear arm hit there on the wounded Panther. Does the Panther will escape on out there? We do have a potential sticky bomb here. Does not get a sticky bomb. SCG squad getting some damage there. Ooh, strafing run. Did we just see a squad wipe there? Nope, he sells all the squads there. The extra man squads does help on out. Yep. A little bit unlucky there, and he can recapture up, as I see in the Rumble comment, he can recapture the mortar from the supply drops. But I'll say right at this point in time, the Hummel would probably spell a big no to most of the support weapons. He has to get out the AT gun. He already had the 30 cal captured for the Hummel, but going for mortar squads can are just easy pickings for the Hummel. Rotary recoilless rifle hits there onto the Panthers. Good hit there from the Panthers. Is that another airborne squad? But that's just reinforcements. Panthers severely wounded there. I hear the Hummel firing away.
Enemy is seizing our territory.
Something exploded for the US player. These squads need to focus on the recoilless rifles. Those use fired up. Use suppressive fire there. Great straight run there. Does get him. Does not hit one of the STG squads there. Does take on the Panther as well. Airborne squad. Yep, a little bit too wounded to engage the Panther, and does fall back now. Paratroopers are falling on back, seeing quite a bit of damage now. Got two mortars here from the supply drops. You also got the decrewed 30 cal there.
Count Corpelier can now deploy sector artillery to strike fear.
Sector
of the
artillery
enemy.
cannot be pulled on the field. He has a lot of munitions for them. And to get another 2 more minutes for munitions, he will have enough for another sector artillery. Let's take a look. Let's keep the US player selected for the rest of the game so we can see what air assets can bring on in and all the munitions, since it's a bit more volatile of what he can pull on in. And this point gets scorched immediately again. And we got the first booby trap being pulled on the field. I don't think we've actually seen any booby traps deployed on the field. Not like we can check the other points since we have the Panzer League player selected. I think it did spot the booby trap, but of course they're free. You just spam them out anywhere.
Dunlop, get that weapon loaded.
30 cal has been recruited, has been reset on up. And here comes the Hummel barrage. Does force back the Panzer Grenadier.
Supply lines are broken.
Oh, wait, no,
We have
that's sector
territory
artillery, not a
supply.
Hummel barrage. Oh, that is a Hummel barrage. The sector is yellow, which means sector artillery as well. So I think the sector is pretty locked down for the time being.
Base is under attack.
Let's get a decent shot onto the barracks. AT gun and 30 cal over here.
Our front lines are
30 cal should be able to protect the AT gun against a Cindy grenade research. Maybe a good idea to throw one. Does press there.
Airborne, ready for duty.
And oh, the munitions half track is damaged. Does drop a landmine there. I think it'd be a good idea for the Panzer League player to just go for another Hummel. He has to play out something from the Panzer Air Command. Let's take a quick look at it. Oh, he's going for a tank buster squad. It does cost more manpower, but cheaper on the munitions, which being scorched earth, you want your sector artillery, so that makes sense. US player has enough munitions for a bombing run. Just spent some munitions there. Does cancel whatever he's spending. I think it was a stinky bomb being queued on up. SCG squad going to pretty close range there. Airborne squad has 2 levels of efficiency. Hummel barrage, close range shot. Does rain far. SCG squad does fall back. Another SCG squad, the tank buster squad advances forward. Tank buster, heavy assault Panzer Grenadiers. And all these squads now falling back. We see a bit too much damage now. Ghost Rifle does roll a hit there. G4 advancing forward. Sticky bomb, multiple sticky bombs connected on in. I probably would have just gone for one and then try to spot for the bomb run. Fully mobilized, so now he can perhaps finish it off. Fires up, trying to get to the rear armor. You can use a strafer run to protect him as well. Multiple good hits there. Rifle squad now falling on back.
Enemy unit.
And just got level 2 veterancy there, and does go down, takes out the munitions half track as well, giving a Vet 3 airborne squad. Does use slow ability there to slow down that airborne squad, but looks like he does escape on out of there. The US player has pulled ahead in VPs, approaching those 100 advantage. More supply drops being dropped on in.
We have a threat to our victory point.
What are my coordinates?
There's a Panzer Elite landmine there that could be found by the AT gun with her
Supply
feet
lines are
or
broken.
wheels.
We have territory cut
Ooh,
off from
Hummel
supply
could
lines.
potentially be sieged down by the AT gun, but the hedge line is protecting him. Yeah, it's not taking aim when the first shot lands, revealing him. I'm not sure if the shots are landing. I thought they were shooting back there. And this point is scorched once again, if it was not already scorched.
Airborne, ready for duty.
Our forces are taking
I heard another
casualties.
landmine detonation. It was the AT gun. Rifle squad, veteran C2, pushing way forward, trying to decapture the central VP. And he may be trying to stop this point from being decaptured. Does force him back there.
Airborne, ready for duty.
SCG squad's advancing on forward. Got another Hummel barrage there. No, that's sector artillery, which I think just annihilated a rifleman squad there. Yeah, there's no wounded rifleman squad there, so that rifleman squad did get wiped out by sector artillery.
Paratroopers on point.
And now here comes the strafe run. I'm thinking onto here. Get some good damage there. Maybe better to go this way here. Sector artillery shot there. Oh! That's a almost shot there, but the sector artillery almost landed on the top of those Panzer Grenadiers. You may wonder why it fired a shot there. Is because the damn these lag spikes. It was a P-47 flying over. It targeted the P-47. Of course, it missed by a mile. But it can still target aircraft. Panzer Grenadiers getting suppressed. He's just trying to repair up the point again.
We got contact. Airborne ready.
Oh, and that's the sector artillery still running on in. He still cannot repair up this point.
Fall in, man.
Next shot will likely take out those Panzer Grenadier, or not Panzer Grenadiers, engineers, but he is out of vision. Oh. Was taking a drink. Panther, Bergantiga. I love seeing the Bergantiga. It's a very powerful unit. Honestly. Oh, borderline overpowered. And dead. Dude, let's be fair, using Bergantiga to recover vehicles for free, assume the carcass is still alive, is incredibly powerful. So surprised people don't get it more
We're
often.
losing a fuel sector.
Though I suppose you have to deal with limited population cap. See here, 56 population cap is not a whole lot. Rifleman squad does get suppressed there. Does just no strafe run there. Not getting a whole lot of damage, just has some great suppression there. Got more sector artillery raiding on in. And the sector artillery has expired. Not enough munitions to cast another one. And he's trying to stay in this region just to get out of suppression, but we'll find the 30 cal to keep him in suppression. Oh, I think he's trying to go forward to scorch the point. Pin, unable to scorch the point. And then push his way forward, does recover suppression there. Trying to scorch the point still. Goes for the crush. 1, 2, 3. There goes. Let's get a full wipe on the Panzer Grenadier. Panther now engaging the M10 in glorious close range combat. Rolls a bounce there for the M10. It's a good hit there and disables the point as well. Over here, the engineer and the airborne squad push way forward. Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back. And destroyed engine crit there makes it as good as dead. AT gun does get a shot down the Panther, takes it out. I wonder if he's sort of a bit curious why not there's only one Panther when one where the other one is. He may have not spotted the Bergantiga. He probably did. Airborne squad against good hits there on the Panthers. Munitions half track has been recovered, now being repaired enough. Does find a Panzer Elite landmine there. Does use fired up to get out of the suppression. Panther has seen quite a bit of damage there. Panther's going to charge him forward, trying to go for some crushes. Both repulsor rifle models are right there. If he keeps them dancing around, they can't shoot. Does get exhausted there and does get a shot taking out the Panther. But the carcass can be immediately reclaimed there by the Bergantiga. The Panther said hello. And now we do have the airborne squad falling on back. Oh, and the Bergantiga crushed the carcass. No Panther there, but this Panther is still... Carcass is somewhat intact. I don't think a carcass is ever intact. But enough intact that you can just weld it back together. AT gun does get overran there. SG squad's advancing forward with the Vet-3, actually G43 squad. Stops the point being repaired. As the player has the VPs in his favor. And even out the VP count. Rifleman squad now Veteran C2. Humo Barrage does take out the 30 cal.
Destroyed an enemy unit.
Oh, what just got wiped out there? Was that a sniper? That was a... Oh, he just lost the airborne squad. He's down to one rifleman, 130 cal, and one engineer. Scratch down the 30 cal. He's down to one rifleman and an engineer. Not enough munitions for a bombing run. SCG squad and G43 squad advance forward. I think the US players right now are just AFK. And looks like the US player does back the game now. This is Android saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. So if I want to check on my other computer, looks like my other computer is acting a little bit funny. I use that to monitor my streams to help out. Huh, some other reason sort of lost the Rumble stream. Not sure why. Oh well, nothing important. So let's go and go on to a 2v2 now. Let's see, got a handful. Let's just start with the top one here. Greetings everyone, and great here of another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the top, bottom left side as the US forces, we have Terra run into my skills. Spawn on the right side as the green British player, who has Zalamander. Spawn on the top right side as the Wehrmacht player, who have no luck, just skill. And we have as the Wehrmacht player, we have Fecking. Wait, did I already cast this one before? Names always sound familiar. Looks like one of the players are lagging out a little bit. Hopefully it's not a full lag out. Though playing with a bit of a lag can always be a bit of a problem. Scope Alpha Squad advancing on forward, trying to capture some sectors. We do have this. Kaliningrad, eyeing for this strategic point. Scope Alpha Squad, eyeing for the fuel point now. Pioneers trying to capture some sectors. We got this munition sector being captured on up. Strategic point has been captured. Munitions point being captured. There's players coming behind to capture these backline points, allowing the intersections to push on forward. Rifleman squad now deployed on the field. He maybe want to eye towards more the center because the British players going to be playing over here. That way he can help support his teammate as and vice versa. Kaningrad's captured those multiple sectors now. Schimwagen now pushing way forward. Making his way down the road, maybe not. Scope Alpha Squad eyeing for this point here. Initial point being captured on up. Got the Schimwagen. We're seeing some fire there from the bolt action rifles. Over here, engineers see a bit of fire there. Kaliningrad charging forward, trying to interrupt. Those, and to get the decapture as well. Rifleman squad now engaging the G43 squad. Schimwagen now coming forward to support. Kaliningrad knock around the Rifleman squad a little bit. And Jeep has been pulled out of the field. US players receiving a bit of a 2v1. If you count the Schimwagen as, it's sort of as a 2v1. Fighting one extra squad makes a big difference in Company Heroes 2. Now we've got the Bren carrier mounted up with a infantry section there. Scope Alpha squad here to support as well. So he has multiple squads hitting this Pioneer. Jeep now advancing forward, trying to get some damage onto the Panzer Grenadiers. And we've got the Schimwagen now eyeing towards the Bren carrier. Going for the Pioneer. Pioneer does manage to skip onto there. Chasing it down is not a huge issue. Not exactly the most high value squad to really chase down and dive in after. But does force back the MG42. The Schimwagen's receiving some bolt action rifle fire. Over here, we do now have the Jeep advanced forward, trying to engage these Panzer Grenadiers, getting some damage there onto the Jeep. Scope Alpha squad pushing a little bit farther forward in. Bren carrier looks like going to capture up the point, only as the bolt action rifles fire, which does get some self-defense there. Bren gun there as well, firing his rifles off from almost every single angle. Scope Alpha squad also engaging close range, force back the Panzer Grenadiers. There's a cutoff point there, so he's denying the opponent's left munitions, fuel, and fuel point. Schimwagen backing on off a little bit slowly. Got the Volksgrenadier here. MG42 sitting on up, trying to get some rounds onto the Bren carrier. Schimwagen trying to body block there. Very, very good. Pioneer trying to chip in as much damage as possible. Bren carrier falling back, receiving some. Schimwagen's receiving repairs on the front line. Bren carrier is going to withdraw. I think in time, without injured damage. Jeep pushing way forward, gets some damage down on the Panzer Grenadiers. It does get outside the Bren carrier now. Scope Rifle Squad in this mix as well, getting suppressed on down, does fully capture this point there, denying more resources to the Axis players. Panzer Grenadiers push way forward as well. Though now it looks like the Panzer League players have captured this sector here, which will bridge the supply gap issue, so they have no sectors out of supply. Rifleman Squad does get suppressed and soon to be fully pinned. Sheeper fades forward, trying to get some damage there onto these Panzer Grenadiers. Rifleman Squad does fall back. This Rifleman Squad still seems to fire there. Jeep trying to pursue the Panzer Grenadier, does fire a volley onto it, but does not wipe it out. Rifleman Squad does full withdrawal, and the Jeep is soft retreating away. Germwagen, keeping that area secure. Bren Squad advancing forward, does button right there. He's going to try to kill off this Germwagen. Vehicle rotation doesn't decrease, so maybe a good idea to face enemy and start shooting away. The Bren carrier does go down, or the Germwagen does go down.
Enemy unit down.
You have a MG42 here. At this point does get cut off, which was a cutoff point currently. Rifleman Squad, Flame Engineer advancing forward. Jeep making his advance as well. Jeep will see a bit of fire there. Rifleman Squad and Flame Engineer are now advancing forward. The Flame Engineer does stick to the heavy cover there. Finds some good volleys there. Perhaps get out the garrison it as well. Kaliningrad received a bit of fire as well. One Panzer Grenadiers fully withdrawal, two of them fully withdrawal, and the other forces are going to soft retreat away. Britain Squad advancing forward. Got the infrastructure here supported by the Lieutenant. Not anymore. And now we've got them being suppressed by the MG42. We got a camouflage sniper in the mix as well. And the Jeep is backing on off as well. Get some damage there. If section does fall back, Volkswagen is eyeing for the munitions point now. Panzer Grenadiers getting some damage on in. And 42 setting on up will be spotted there. Casualty clearing station there. Vigorous emplacement here. Trying to harden that area. We do got the Rifleman Squad and Flame Engineers. Rifleman Squad was to capture that fuel point. The Kaliningrad was not quick enough to get the decapture. VP is not captured just yet, just one currently decaptured. There's a double capture in favor of the Allies. They have pulled ahead on the VPs by a small margin. An ever increasing margin. Rifleman Squad now seeing quite a bit of fire there. Bolts ready to mix on in. Does get Pensacola there. Did the veteran chief just save that Jeep? Rifleman Squad does fall back now. Infantry half track seeing a bit of fire now. And now these Rifleman Squads do fall back.
Broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
Scope Rifle, Brennan Squad advancing forward.
Enemy unit down.
And does lose that Pioneer.
We got our flamethrower. Time to pour on the heat. Okay, motor pool ready. New recruits in.
Greyhound now being employed on the field for the... Let's go everybody's doctrines and resources. The US player has basically no resources left, but does have Greyhound build queue. The British teammate has 3 infrastructions, lieutenant, now a captain, so that means he has the field support truck. Hasn't going for enough for a Stuart now. For the Panzer League player number 1, got Panzer Grenadiers with one of them with a Panzer truck. And this Panzer League player does not have anything and has very little resources to his name. Do you have an infantry half track now pull on the field? Not Panzer League player, Wehrmacht player. As the Kriegsberg has another sniper employed on out. Only one Volksgrenadiers, Pioneer, MG42, and the Pak 38.
Ready.
OP under attack.
Flame Engineers now advancing forward. Got this Panzer Grenadiers severely wounded. May want to fall back just to get some healing if he has that back at home. Rifle squad's now charging on in. Flame engineers, let's get
They are
suppressed.
attacking secure territory.
This Panzer Grenadier squad strictly focused down. About to get wiped on out. Does get wiped on out. One Panzer Rifle squad does get withdrawal. MP-42 trying to hit the flank. Does suppress one of the colonies. Needs to deploy designated marksman there on the MP-42 potentially. Hendrick does roll, miss there. Stewart now pushing way forward. Maybe cast around onto the Ak-38. Does button the infantry half track now. And we've got bars at battlefield as well. Does decrew the Pak-38 there, very nice. Infantry half track now seeing massive amounts of fire there. Rifle squads moving all back sooner rather than later. We do now have a Greyhound put on field. Put it there onto the infantry half track. Hendrick squad down to 2 members there. Also, one does fall back and does fully withdraw his Panzer Grenadiers. May lose a Hendrick squad still.
Sniper Koenig here.
Sniper camouflaging
They are
around
attacking
may get
secure
spotted
territory
here.
of the fatherland.
Nope, he does
The
not
enemy
get
is
spotted.
seizing our territory.
He's going to be eyeing to rush on forward. I think he's going for a cancer around his opponent's base. Oh boy. Yep, does annihilate at least one of the squads. The others do manage to stay alive. Takes out the Pantrick squad as well. That is very important. And looks like this player may have backed out of the game now. Nope, that is... Okay, they both backed out of the game now. So let's go to fast forward because the game is now over.
Both squad is down.
And that is the end of the replay. This is Android saying thank you for watching. On to the next replay. Let's see, that was that one. Let's do another 2v2, then I'll do another 1v1. Yep, let's just do this one. We have seen the 2 skill names of the player, but not in the same replay. Yep, when you get 2 people who tend to queue up with each other, you may find other players the same can't play against the same team. That can happen quite a bit, especially in Age of Empires 4, at least in 1v1s. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Couple Heroes 1 replay. Spawn top left side as of British forces. We have Sevenska Briggs Mottenken. I still don't know how to properly pronounce it. Spawning as his teammate as the US forces was Z versus Z, so likely Zerg versus Zerg, I'm guessing. On bottom right side as the Panzerly player, we have Devil Reborn with sarcastic font, and as the Wehrmacht player, we have Nagi.
Men ready.
Or I kill all your snipers like last time? Wait, what? Oh, that's an all chat.
Let's get on with it, lads.
Looks like the US player wants some munitions. He wants to defeat his gun. After all, the Second Amendment shall reign supreme. Gotta get enough
Ready to move.
feed and chow for your hungry rifles. Yes, I do get them from Games Replay. So if you are more than welcome to send them to my Gmail. I have a link to my Gmail on all of my YouTube videos. I think about setting up a Discord server. Probably when I get my new avatar, when that gets completed. Think about going a little bit more aggressive when trying to eye for more streaming destinations, such as Steam and directly onto Twitter. Go for 5 streaming locations at once, rather than just the 3 at the moment. Scope Rifle Squad eyeing for this point here. We've got the first rounds now. Oh wait, no, that's both their teammates. I'm not used to, still not used to the fact that this game has the color scheme just different from any other 2v2s and 3v3 color schemes. Engineers now receiving a bit of fire there. They're not close enough to get any rounds in return. Right, infrastructure now advancing forward. Do now have the Jeep engaging the Pioneers. Oops, minimap goes crazy sometimes. Engineers now receiving a bit of fire there. We do now have the intersection skirmishing around. They're in supplies, so they can move around reasonably. These Panzer Grenadiers are now backing off to the heavy cover. Now we do have a rifleman squad and engineer squad advancing on forward, motorcycle advancing forward. And over here, we do have the engineers, pioneers receiving a bit of fire from the Jeep. What? Yeah, I'm just going to switch. I want to keep it how I am now. We do not have the Brandon Carey advancing forward. Let's go ahead and button the motorcycle now. We do have the Jeep being deployed on. Now we're ready to engage the motorcycle point blank range. Kettengrad can exactly help his buddy. With blue, so yeah, scene replays for you with colors blue and green versus red and yellow. I'm not familiar with what you're saying right there. You're now the scope rifle squad advancing forward, trying to get some damage there onto the pioneers. Over here, we've got the Panzer Grenadiers engaging the Jeep. Kettengrad advancing on forward. Panzer Grenadiers inside the garrison. Rifleman squad receive a bit of abuse. There is a bit of heavy cover there from the fight from. It's just still a garrison there, so you tend to need to be a bit more squads. I could turn off team colors as well, but it's sort of hard to see. When you have team colors turned on, both of the opponents are just red, so it's hard to tell which opponent's which sometimes, assuming they're not the same faction, if they are the same faction. Where you have team colors turned, or whatever the term is, so you have red and yellow versus, well, no, it was blue and yellow versus red and red. When in this form, you can see which player is which. You see there's like 3 people, 4 people in one area, but it also changes depending on who you have selected, such as like you have here, where it changes the color who you have selected. So now it's cyan and blue. It's just real random. I suppose this is a relatively old game, so things like that are not really kept in mind. Do not got this Panzer Grenadier squad engaging from garrison. Ready to fight those 3 rifle squad there. There's a flame engineer to help clear out the garrison. And these forces are soft retreating away, trying to avoid the flame engineer. The flame engineer could get inside the garrison.
We got our flamethrower. We got company. Enemy troops right fucking there.
Rifleman squad advance forward. Let's get the rifleman squad here suppressed by the G43. And now do have the Panzer Grenadiers being forced back. This Panzer Grenadiers charging forward, but it's going to get overwhelmed. Needs to fall back sooner rather than later. Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back. Could potentially be wiped, but doesn't look like it. Oh, looks like somebody lost a squad. I think it may have been a Kettengrad or motorcycle. Do have the Panzer Grenadier squad now falling back. Rifle squad still in this region. Over here, heard enemy unit down. Sound like it came from over here. Not sure where it went down. Flame engineers advancing forward with the rifleman squad. Red Carrier squad advancing forward. Do you have Vet 2 support weapons for the Wehrmacht player? What is he thinking? Yes, Wehrmacht quarters. I think he's going for. Oh wait, he only has support weapons. No Volksgrenadier whatsoever. I think he's going to be getting some snipers out relatively soon. But he has Vet 2 Pioneers and MGs. It's sort of hit or miss. The attack map, I don't really. It's not by habit I bring it up, that sort of thing. I tried to look down the mini-map down here, but I just don't bring up the tactical map all too often unless it's something I want to point out. Does take out that motorcycle now. Flame engineers does get suppressed. That's always one issue as well when it comes to 2v2s. There's a lot of action going on, such as over here. Lieutenant charging forward. It looks like being linked to this squad here. Got the 2v2 engaging. Over here, we got the Flame Engineers burning the Rifleman squad. He may get a full wipe there. Flame Engineers just get suppressed there. Flamer Engineers being pushed on forward here. Flamer Pioneers trying to put out fires by setting fires. And over here, we got now the Brandon Carey buttoning the armored car. In the back of this, it is, I think, just a intersection. No, it is a bread squad, so it's got more sorts of breads there. You should have told me. Lost a rifle for nothing. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Casualty clearing station. You can't really tell your teammates if you don't know what you're trying to say he should have alerted it on. Friendly carrier does go down now. Need to do is advance forward, getting some damage there on the Bren squad.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Ooh, rifle grenades. 2-2 now advancing forward, trying to engage the Bren squad now. Just capturing some sectors here. Dude's advancing forward. Gains some great damage on the scope rifle squad there. Casualty clearance station did receive some auto cannon fire. Got that one accuracy onto these 2-2.
Grenades upgrade complete.
Jerry's in for it now. Section E, sir.
Riflemen with rifle grenades now deployed on the field. Hands grenades kept in the center of the map. And this 2 is getting repaired on up. Riflemen or engineers not deploying on medic station there. Very nice. That can help them get some extra riflemen.
QM's just distributed supercharged rounds to the artillery.
And now we do have Royal Artillery now deployed on the field. US player currently has no doctor selected, and since I had the 25-pounder one switching between players, it's going to be a permanent reticle on the field now. 2-2 is now advancing forward, trying to engage the scope rifles. Trying to get some damage there. I heard a sniper. Sniper down here, getting some damage. Now the scope rifle squad does get forced back to the, oh, that's the infantry support truck there, not the HQ command truck, is it? Isn't it? Over here, Flamer Ranger Pioneers forcing back these forces. Rifle grenades take the long way around. Does receive the suppressive fire ability now. Greyhound now advancing forward as well. Some damage there on the 2-2s. British forces just captured the right side of the map. And Grenadiers does see a bit of fire. We do now have another Greyhound deployed on the field. Up north, we do got the Pioneers captured this point. And do got a Wehrmacht landmine now deployed out right there. I'm not sure if it's fully complete. It is a fully complete. Oh, there's another Wehrmacht landmine there. I was trying to select the 2-2 and I missed. You've got these forces advancing forward. Flame engineers do fall back now. The 2s are back in this region. Leslie's wanting his teammates' Pioneers repair them up, which may be a bit better than using Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers are better for offense. Plus, they still need a bit of time to heal on up. Leslie does not have the 4-man squad research, nor the structure for it.
Field repairs complete.
Greyhound deployed defensively. Let's see now. The Wehrmacht player doesn't have a whole lot of resources at the moment. MG bunker is deployed up here, and that is just Garrison MG. No MG upgrade. Don't see the nets there. And now do got a 25-pounder barrage onto the bunker. Got some hits there onto the bunker, even from the pits, so likely this bunker will go down. Ooh! And lost the entire MG squad to go along with it.
Lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
Oh yeah, get some sleep. You can always watch the live stream later. Engineer squad does see a bit of fire there. We've got the Greyhound engaging these Panzer Grenadiers. The Cinder Grenades do connect the building. Rifle squad does fall back now, so does the Flame Engineer. Does lose the entire Rifle squad there. Got medics here, trying to reclaim some casualties there. Seeing a bit of fire there. British forces does get forced back by the 2-2. Pioneers here to support as well. Greyhound now coming over down south, trying to engage the 2-2. I heard a landmine detonation. It was this one here. Then by a armored car. There was another that's next to the Wehrmacht landmine. Greyhound firing away against the units there on the Panzer Grenadier. Got a button here as well as the Greyhound firing. I think he just used his blitz ability there, so he couldn't blitz away. Panzer Grenadiers now getting inside the garrison. Two of them there, but the Greyhounds can displace them. I suppose the AT gun can help out with displacing as well. Got some shots there. He may get lose entire squad if push any farther forward. Rifle grenade. Bunch of shot there. Greyhounds getting some hits there on the Panzer Grenadiers. You have more Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward. Red squad gets behind the heavy cover there. Medic. British medic does claim a casualty. One Greyhound's a little bit wounded. The other one has plenty of health. And heard another landmine detonation. 25-pounder barrage. That may have been the actual detonation. One of the Panzer Grenadiers. Tankbuster squad does retreat back. He may detonate one of those landmines there, but probably not.
Grenadiers, your capturing speed has increased.
Huh. Field craft this early? Usually that's a bit of a later research to get, but he went for that a little bit early. Panzer player has 3 command points. Not sure if he spent any. Wehrmacht player has 4. The US player does have 3 as well. No visible doctrine. Over here, we've got the Pioneers being overrun by scope rifles. Flame Engineers has inside the garrison there. Fires a Panzer truck shot onto the Greyhound. Engineers do fall back. Line up another shot there. Couldn't get another shot there. Incendiary grenade was thrown. Artillery barrage running on in. Try to hit those snipers. Lieutenant falling on back. More Panzer grenades pushing forward. You may get some more Panzerix over here. And we know that the British forces has gone for artillery. The Panzer Grenadiers does fall back. 2 Greyhounds provides a lot of fire support there. Splits his fire there. And the G43 squad does fall back as well. Oh, here we do got the 10 intersections now engaging the Pioneers. And they do decapture the central point there, the Pioneers. Rifle grenades do not take out the Pioneer there. We've got a camouflage pack 38 as well. Greyhounds pushing way forward. 25-pounder barrage onto the garrison. The 2 falling on back. 4 shots there onto the MG. 3 Wehrmacht snipers there. Infantry 2 likely wiped out relatively soon. Does get out the garrison. Pack 38 does get flanked there. There's a still Wehrmacht landmine in this region.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Pioneers receive a shot there. Got Infantry 3 going for a landmine there onto the AT gun, but he may die to this landmine. He does die to that landmine. Panzer squad push way forward. Rifle grenades. Find a good hit there on that Panzer Grenadier. And the British force is like, ooh, Panzer on the sniper. And the British force says, nah, skip that M8 landmine. Go straight for the steal of the gun itself. Panzer rolls and misses there on the AT guns. AT gun does rolls and misses on the Panzer squads. The Greyhound could push forward, can withstand 2 Panzer shots there. Barely though. Scope rifle squad could get focused down. Does receive a miss there, and this Panzer squad needs to fall back. Does receive a hit there.
Germans have moved on one of our victory locations.
Greyhound dancing, spinning around like a record player. Ooh, I didn't realize they took out that entire squad. I thought you had 2 members left. That was just the last one,
one of
though.
our victory points.
Reporting for duty, sir.
The 2 advance forward. Looks like does get some good shots down the sniper. Does take out that sniper there. The Panzer Grenadier does stay alive. Does lose the 2-2, however, to the AT gun and Greyhound. Let's see 2 on this Greyhound. And G43 squad does fall back. I think the Axis players are losing a little bit too much. This Axis player still has a lot of snipers put on the field. 1, 6, and 10 kills. They having trouble getting them all fire out because he's lacking a front line.
Have been passed down the line. RT able to cover kill zones.
Now got sector artillery, not sector artillery, sector overwatch ready and available. No doctrine selected for the US player. No doctrine selected for the Panzer player. And no doctrine selected for the Wehrmacht player. Oh, there goes that lieutenant. He left his brains out on the ground. Pack 38 does get a good hit there on the M8. Got a Panzer or Piet squad here, as with Brent squad. The sniper shots on both of the squads. 2,500 barrage raining in far. Though a couple of them are being picked on up. There is still a British casualty there. I think the US medic is charging forward. May grab himself a casualty as well. How close is he? He's halfway there to a free rifleman. And, oh, looks like, huh. Remind me, if a team, I'm pretty sure that still counts towards a British squad's deploying out, but will that go for the deposit on its teammate spot? More snipers. They mentioned beforehand, kill off all your snipers. Guess they know that it's going to spam out snipers. Okay, it does technically drop it off for the person that they're dropping off point. So those British medics are now working for the US because they tend to stick around the last previous drop-off point. So those things are always a little bit buggy. That may be one reason why they never got reintroduced a couple years too.
We have 200 points.
But they do, you see here, the British medics sort of stick around here.
I'm ready.
So his teammate stole his medics, and the sniper stole the life of the captain. And now, okay, that's just regular barrage.
Veterancy gained.
Let's click Deluxe. I'm not sure what he's referring to.
We now have assault capability.
And now we got Manpower Blitz available. Goes for Manpower Blitz. Does not have access to the Panzer Command yet. The Panzer Lead player.
Rejoice, Panzer. Roadblocks are now at our disposal.
Roadblocks means scorched earth. Panzer Grenadiers advancing on 4. The US player is the only player who has not selected Doctrine just yet. He has a bit of munitions right now. As of Greyhounds, which could be upgraded to capture with the armor doctrine, but that's usually not really a really powerful build that people tend to go for. Panzer Grenadier Squad does fall back there, just too many riflemen in the region. He has a bit of munitions reserve, so he could potentially go for really any doctrine. All the US doctrines are hungry for munitions. Panzer Grenadier does fall back there. Flame Engineers moving on to capture some sectors. Got the G43 squad advancing forward. But we're seeing some hits there from the Greyhound. Rifleman squad advancing forward as well. Over here we've got another sniper.
That's it. Construction finished.
Wehrmacht sniper avoids the rifle grenades there, but I think got splashed a little bit. This Wehrmacht sniper needs to fall back, seeing a bit too much damage. Act 38 firing some shots there on the Greyhound. There is, of course, this Vickers replacement. The US Interiors may have been spotted there pulling out some landmines. And now it's trying to hit down this Vickers replacement. Flame Engineers trying to get some bursts off to it as well. 2 snipers dead. 25 pounder took out to the snipers, didn't they? Good, it's there. This Wehrmacht sniper is advancing forward as well. Almost received another shot there. Good hits. Down south, Pack 30 getting overrun by the Flame Engineers. Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer trying to advance forward. And looks like the Pack 38 does get decrewed. Yes.
Send up a medic if you can.
Oh, does look at that Pioneer there. Wehrmacht US snipers pushing way forward. One has 5 kills. Oh wait. Oh no. Okay, those are US landmines. I don't know why. I always see snipers fighting landmines. And I heard a landmine detonation there, so I thought it when it blew up. Oh, Volksgrenadiers are getting annihilated. Down one last motor there. Act 38 shot does connect, and the Volksgrenadier squad does fall back. You now have multiple Panthers now being pulled out on the field by the Panzer Lead player. The Wehrmacht player could go for his own Panthers as well. Does get shot, penetrating shot there with the Greyhound. Before 3 squad advances on forward. And this one does get decapped from the field point. Goes there onto the Panzer Grenadiers. And scorches the VP. May does go down. Stewart ready to engage the Panthers. Not really. He really wants to get out of there. Panther does get a pen there. Scorched Earth, he killed the VP, that's what he said. And now the Scope Rifle Squad received a bit of fire and does fall back. Let's see how many snipers are remaining. There's 2 snipers at the moment. Going for another Volksgrenadier, as was Grenadier. Get some shots on the Scope Rifle Squad. Grand Squad firing some shots there. Panthers pushing forward, finds the Rifle Grenadier.
Our supply lines are holding. We have territory out of supply.
And they do fall back now. We've got still 2 Greyhounds here. Big blob of units. And now we do have the Panthers pushing forward. They may be trying to eye for the 25-pounder.
Veteran seek gain.
Gun crew here.
Does get efficiency 2 infantry as well as Vet 2 light vehicles. He has 3 Pack 38s here, all in efficiency 2 thanks to the Vet 2 light vehicles. Stuart now receiving a bit of fire there. Stuart does go down. It does get some shots down the 25-pounder. Panthers charging on forward, trying to get some shots on these forces.
Victory resorts stand at 100 points and hopping.
Eagle's starting to get buttoned now. Does take up the 25-pounder there. He's going to get some shots there. I think Rifle Squad's maybe eyeing for some sticky bombs. That one does go down. Could throw some sticky bombs to this one. Put those back up to a quarter that can easily be intercepted.
Ghost squad is down.
Holy crap. That was a lot of explosion that landed down at once. And a lot of landmines was detonated at once. As grenades push way forward, I think a engineer may have been wiped on out.
Forward base.
Panthers still up here. The PS squad's potentially in the retreat path. Does get some shots there on the Volks Grenadiers there. Rifle grenades hitting as well.
Pioneer team ready.
Let's get a pair of sniper shots there onto the Rifle Grenadiers. Scope Rifle Squad trying to take it to the point. The Panzer players do not have a lot of VPs, but do have to double capture in their favor. Good shots there on the Scope Rifle Squad does fall back. The Volks Grenadier. Rifle Grenade does get a good hit there. He does fall back both these squads now. British medic charging forward, and now got a Calliope barrage running in, so that's the option the US player has selected. Point still scored. Rifle squad's trying to charge forward, trying to throw some sticky bombs. Does get a sticky bomb there. And the Panther up here destroyed engine crit there. The armor command truck has to see a bit of fire. Main gun destroyed, so it's basically neutered. The Bread squad can leave, and now the Piet squad does finish it off. Greyhound gets great damage there, wipes out that G43 squad.
Clears a breach.
Got 3 Pack 38s here next to the decrewed Pack 38. And the Wehrmacht players still not put out a Panzer Command nor even the Sturmarmory.
Your orders, mein Officer.
More artillery riding on in. Ah, he's repairing up the armor command truck. Just a little bit. Armor command truck now packing up. I think the engine may be damaged. And there's a lot of US landmines in this region. Be very, very careful, especially when your sniper's on top of them.
We're losing a sector.
Jawohl.
251 half-track now deployed out in the field. Over here, we do have, looks like a lot of sniper shots.
Mein Herr, I'm a bit
Scope Rifle Squad, or Rifle Grenadier, does see a bit of fire there. Does have the, what's it called? The, follow command onto the Rifle Grenadier. Deploy designated marksman does get deployed out in the field. Does use for the Fatherland, or Blitzkrieg, I should say. Grenadiers advancing forward. Something blew up there. A Greyhound. US forces starting to get overran. Panzer squad receiving some hits there. Calliope's charging forward. And we do have now the Grenadiers and Volks Grenadiers advancing forward, trying to decrease some of these forces. Rifle squads trying to engage. Casualty clearing station, medic station still only has 2 casualty covered. 5 garage raining on in the Panthers. Made the landmine in front of them. This one has damage and maybe the Panther destroyed that landmine, or found the landmine there. Greyhound severely wounded, does take out one of the Calliope's there due to the PaK 38 firing line here. There's 5 of them. And these Panthers are falling back. Captured a M1 AT gun was captured on up. Greyhound firing some rounds on the medic station now. Medic station grabbing another casualty, still needs another casualty in order to get a free rifle squad to pop on out. AT guns push away forward, trying to perhaps engage the casualty clearing station there. Stewart has gone down. PaK 38 firing shots, getting some hits on his own 4 structures. Medic station has gone down. And Calliope maybe about ready to be reloaded. PaK 38 fires a barrage onto the PaK 38. Does take out one of the PaK 38s there. 2 PaK 38s still just go down. 1 gun is still there. May get short up by the 2500 barrage. Saying they're losing. Another Blitzkrieg has been activated for the Wehrmacht player. Trying to run away with PaK 38s. And it looks like the US player is backing out of the game now. Not sure what the British player has left at the moment. He has some good forces. Do knock up the airburst rounds there. Grenadiers are seeing kind of fire. Farmer now deployed on the field. And I think the US player is just going AFK. Don't go AFK. If you're just going to go AFK, just back out of the game. Let your teammate fight with AI. Just don't be there. And it looks like the US player actually is now fully backed out of the game now. That makes the game basically over. Though there's still a lot of VPs remaining. Does force a central point. The Axis players do have a double capture in their favor. Cromwell now advancing on forward. US sniper getting some shots there. Of course, getting spotted. And one of the casualty force, or one of the Axis units do go down there. Got a tank buster here, a little bit wounded. Carmel's advancing forward. Got both these Carmels camouflaged in the region. And do got a booby trap here, and this is destroyed by the US players, and the AI does not know how to dodge booby traps.
Troops just lost a Cromwell.
Yep, with Carmel going down. I still see a bit of time left in the replay, but I think the first player is going to be back down. So we'll just play it out a little bit. We'll just keep it ×2 for the time being. But the British player could pull it out still with the AI. And if you bring up, look at the AI's forces, I see a lot of AT guns. He's been capturing all those AT guns that his opponent had. No, most of these are M1 AT guns. It does spot the Panther there, so maybe it'll take the AI, maybe it'll take out the Panther. Trying to repair up the vision point there. They got 1 VP capture, 2 VP captures in favor of the Allies, which is very important. The Axis players do not have a lot of VPs remaining.
50 points.
Central VP has been repaired, quotation mark? I thought it was almost repaired. There's a drone Piat here. We got the Greyhound from the AI still engaging. Got the rifle grenade and the Piat squad trying to engage the Grenadiers. Scopearm squad advancing forward, trying to get some damage here. Does the capture this point? This point has been fully captured on up. That's what we saw there. And the Grenadier squad does get wiped out. So still double capture in favor of the Allies. Axis players are trying to dogpile on this point here. Volks Grenadiers trying to push his way forward. Got artillery here, but this point is just neutral. Let's get some damage there. A lot of rifle grenades and Piats are raining on in. US AI sniper firing away. Another Cromwell on the build queue. This Volks Grenadiers probably won't stick around for too much longer. Got a half track here trying to go for 4 reinforcements. Good sniper shots there. And looks like the British player is going to start the capture point there. It's trying to engage the close range, does have full withdrawal. That is an armored command truck, not a HQ command truck, which actually is good for the British player so it doesn't get camped. AI are generally pretty good at capturing a lot of sectors on maps, so the AI can provide some great camping pressure against the opponents. And with the little VPs remaining, if the AI doesn't lose too many forces, the AI can actually pull much more weight than you would imagine. If we switch over to the AI, we should see, yeah, unusually high manpower income, because AI just cheat when it comes to manpower. Another casualty being claimed, if there's another one that could give him a free intersection squad. Some damage there on the casualty clearing station there. Artillery raiding on in. Does come to the point there, so the Axis players are counted down once again, and there's nothing really threatening this VP at the moment. Got this Panzer Grenadier here, sorta in the region. Airburst rounds running on in. Got 2 snipers in this region. One's at 23 kills. The other one's on 10. Cromwell charging forward. This one is captured by the Axis players. The AI has recruited basically every single AT gun on the field. Cromwell's pushing forward, blitzing forward. Seeing some airburst rounds from zone artillery pieces there. Friend squad getting engaged by the Volksgrenadiers. The Volksgrenadiers should be forcing back. Transgrenadiers STGs are now trying to decap the central VP. Does decrew the PAC-38. And it's the point where the AI's ability is starting to disintegrate along with the squads. Does have a mortar around the field. I'm not sure how effective that will be.
Grab those bills, Private.
STG squad advancing on forward. Scope Rifle squad advancing forward and engage the Volksgrenadiers. Now we got the 25-pounder barrage now raining on in. 30 cows in the wrong direction by the AI. Scope Rifle squad are going for this VP. This VP is now being captured by the AI's light vehicle. And one of the Axis players actually maybe lagging out, maybe fully backed out of the game. Point's been captured up by the Greyhound. Over here, Scope Rifle squad capturing up the point. We got sector artillery in this sector. Here. So this Scope Rifle squad is a massive threat. Does receive a shot there, stays alive. We will capture this point there, so the Axis players are counting down. Greyhound has gone down here. Now the STG squad is capturing this point. But the Rifle Grenadiers are now capturing this point here as well. And for a brief time, there will be a double capture. As brief as in about 1 millisecond. Oh, US sniper inside the garrison does get counter-sniped by the Wehrmacht sniper. Looks like got stun grenades not being thrown forward, trying to steal the Scope Rifle squad or Rifle Grenadier squad. Gets some shot there. Here comes Rifle Grenades, does capture the point there. Axis players are down 10 VPs. Does have the 30 cal in this region, should be able to protect the point. The PAC-30 is trying to capture this point. Or going for the armored command truck.
Casualties being reported.
9 shots there, and I think the AI will pull out just long enough. I think this player is still in the game, isn't he? He just got a momentary lag spike, didn't seem fully back out of the game. VP is decaptured. The Axis player's down 2 tickets. 25-pounder hitting the PAC-38. Does get a hit there. Enemy unit down. Not sure. Greyhound knocked. There's the engineers capture this point. But there's a booby trap on that sector. Will it kill off the engineer? No, the explosion range back far. The point's decaptured, and that's going to be game. This VP is not captured on them. And the AI does manage to pull barely out ahead. And the British player. It's both. Either way, this is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And before I cast my next replay, I need to use a restroom. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Let's see now. This one here. Now let's go do a 1v1, and that may be my last replay for tonight, depending how long this one is. If it's less than 30 minutes, I can probably do one more. If it's over 30 minutes, yeah, I have to take a look at the time. Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Company Heroes 1 replay, as well on the south side. As the Panzer Elite player, we have still need to learn how to pronounce his name. Stoklomolev, I think. On the top side, as the US forces, we have Naga Killer.
Ready to execute orders.
Let's see now. Of course, we got Panzer Grenadiers, and Panzer Grenadiers pretty standard. Barracks deployed on the field. Got 2 squads engineers. No third squad. While going for barracks or jeep next. Got more of a balanced capture. Going for the first field point into munitions. Oh, yep.
Ready for orders.
You do now have the G43 squad now being upgraded. Oh, I suppose there may be... I'm not sure. I remember the previous replay, there was a guy named Nagi, N-A-G-I, so I wonder if it's meant to play on words off of his name. Who knows? All capitalized as well, so... You now have this engineer squad captured the munitions point. Jeep now being deployed on the field. Leningrad capturing the strategic point now, and we've got the 2 Panzer Grenadiers, so the Jeep will find 2 Panzer Grenadier squads, does not find in negative cover right there. This one will get behind a bit of light cover. And the Jeep is receiving a bit of fire. Good damage on the Jeep. Another Panzer Grenadier now deployed on the field. Yeah, more or less. We do now have the engineers kept to the left side of the map. We do have the Jeep now received engine damage there. Getting lucky with how high health the engine damage was, and now it looks like the Jeep will be pursued and will be destroyed. Engineers advancing on forward, trying to get some damage onto the Panzer Grenadiers. Rush Rifleman squad now up on the field. Jeep still receiving fire, rolling a lot of bounces there. He's trying to go for it. Falls back with one squad there. SMG goes right there and does manage to kill off the Jeep in time. Both of the Panzer Grenadiers falling on back. Leningrad now eyeing for the munitions sector. Does claim the fuel point. He may be eyeing for something. Kampfgruppe Company de Panzer Command. That's pretty standard. We do have the engineers trying to engage the Panzer Grenadiers. Those force them back there. We've got these engineers moving around to the flanks. Logistics Company. So he's not going for Kampfgruppe Company. So maybe, oh yeah, he usually likes to go for 221s and 222s. We may see 4-man squad relatively soon, early as well. Engineers push way forward. We do have the engineer, Leningrad captured the munitions point. He's trying to go for this cutoff point. Since the sector is not captured on up, he will not be able to maintain supply by going around this cutoff point. Leningrad could try and knock around the engineers out the cap. Yes, he's going to try it now. Trying to stall out, does get some recovery there. Maintain the recovery. And the engineers have fully been knocked off the point, and they're backing off from sector.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
Rifleman wounded, has all the members capturing this point, going for this munitions sector now.
The enemy is
Going for the cutoff point once again, getting some good hits there on the rifleman squad. This point is, well, technically a cutoff point. I'm not cutting off anything at the moment. Let's use suppressive fire there on this squad. Maybe better to do on this squad here since it's had higher health. And this Panzer Grenadier squad will need to fall back. Currently, there's 3 Panzer Grenadiers deployed on the field. Logistics Company's not currently pulling out anything at the moment. There's the 4-man squad upgrade. Very nice.
target captured.
Now we've got this munitions point captured on up. He needs to get this cutoff point and stop these engineers. Oh, we got early base healing as well. Maybe the healing came out a little bit too early. He needs a bit more than 3 Panzer Grenadiers. 4 is usually the minimum. 5, I see what people most go for.
Territory cut off from supply.
So he could probably start off with Luftwaffe ground forces and perhaps get out a Luftwaffe squad instead of extra Panzer
We
Grenadiers.
are now capable of larger squads.
Though that does also not get benefited from the increased squad size.
Ready.
Let's get some damage on the Kettenkrad.
Ready to pass on orders.
Yeah.
Ready to pass on orders.
We await your command.
Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward. Got the Rifleman squad behind the heavy cover. The Kettenkrad could charge forward to displace them, but the Kettenkrad is a little bit too wounded for that. Starting to focus down. This Rifleman squad needs to use suppressive fire onto the Flamer Engineers. Does use it there now. It's good damage there. Does get recovering the suppression. That was a pretty quick recovery there. Getting some great AoE damage there. Does force back the Flame Engineers now. Got the Rifleman squad inside this garrison. There's only 2 windows on the side, so it's not going to be a great garrison to fight from. Kettenkrad is going to be captured at this point there, but really should eye this point here. Engineers so far are left uncontested, capture the left flank of the map. You now have the Rifleman squad receiving quite a bit of damage now.
Our supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
Yep, and that does get decaptured. Kettenkrad advancing forward with very, very little health. He has to be careful with this garrison. There's a lot of windows on the side and a lot of guys who can fire from them. More like just one at the moment. Trying to close in the retreat path of the Rifleman squad. We'll get one of the models there. May get a second one. Nope, the retreat path took him around the side of the house, saving him. Had 2 Flame Engineers and 2 Riflemen there. That's just Trial's center. Fresh scout car on the field that can help him with the field control. He does desperately need it.
Send your orders.
And the Kettenkrad needs a lot of repairs as well.
Send your mission orders.
Awaiting commands.
Flamer Engineers advancing down the center of the map. Wait a second. I just realized something. This is an Annihilation game. There are no VPs here.
Target is secure.
So to have an Annihilation game, that does change quite a
we are
bit.
losing ground.
Sort of. It means there's no hard limit or soft limit on time. You still have to worry about field control like normal.
To deploy.
And support command now pulled on the field. But it also means that manpower-based abilities are very, very important when it comes to Annihilation games. Because if you get forced back in your base, you at least have access to your steady supply of manpower. So I would assume Armor Company is probably the best doctrine that the US player could probably go for. Get access to Shermans, or not Shermans, Pershings and Calliopes, Sherman
The enemy is
Calliopes.
seizing our territory.
Help defend and artillery away. And in return, I think Scorched Earth or Hummels wouldn't be half bad because you can just siege down your opponent from afar for Annihilation victories. But that's maybe just ideas. Tank Hunter wouldn't be half bad either. Just because you get access to Hetzers. Hetzers are very cost effective for their price. And of course, you can get Luftwaffe ground forces, but if your opponent gets back to the corner, they can't deploy vehicles out for your potential strafe runs. But you can always throw butterfly bombs everywhere, which can be very annoying to deal with. But I think Luftwaffe ground forces will be the weakest doctrine in Annihilation. The other two offer a bit more power. For the US player,
I have secured the objective.
he is going for a supply yard. I do think armor is the best. Infantry wouldn't be half bad with off-map combat groups. And if you get back in a corner, airborne can be a bit more difficult with the lack of munitions income. But it could also, in the inverse, can be very useful to bomb your opponent down with the P-47 bombing runs.
We are losing
Rifleman
a
squad's pushing
sector.
forward. He does have this cutoff point here, which does mean it can be this cutoff point can be circumvented.
Point has been secured.
Transcriptors have captured this munitions point now. And Transcriptors do inside the garrison. It's a good defense point there. The munitions point has not been captured on up. But if we bring up the mini-map to take a look at the supply sectors, All of the Panzer Elite players' sectors are in supply thanks to this cutoff point here. Petrograd does find the engineers. Flame Engineers does get some flame bursts there. And the Panzer Grenadier is trying to displace that Flamer Engineer now. With the logistics car now, so it does can lock down sectors. Fuel can be useful early on, then munitions can be much more useful later on. Rifleman squad pushing forward. We got the G43 squads here. I think the Rifleman squad's going to have trouble. There's a lot of Panzer Grenadiers here, and plus, they do punch higher than normal because they have the 4-man squad there. It does annihilate that Rifleman squad there. Very, very nice. This Rifleman squad is receiving a bit of fire. He's getting same source of damage from a lot of sources. This Rifleman squad could be wiped on out. It does use suppressive fire there. That Rifleman squad does escape on out there. Flame Engineer does fall back, so does the other Rifleman squad. The US player needs also Ion Medic Station or 2 early on. Annihilation, that can give you a lot of casualties recovered, but does lose that engineer there. I'm also a big fan of going for more than 1 medic station. Going for 2 makes it really, really hard to kill off all the medics. So you can generate a lot of extra squads like that. But these are just my opinions. You got a US landmine detected by the Kettenkrad.
Grenadiers, ready.
And now do you have... Oh, was that veteran sergeants? Interesting. How often do I play Company Heroes 1? I've never played a game online in my life.
Americans are capturing a sector.
How often? I used to play quite a bit in Company Heroes 2. Managed to get up to number 2 with random teammates and with in 3v3s, and also do a lot of sort of used to do a lot of modding in Company Heroes 2. And I'm not a fan of Company Heroes 3. I played 4 hours of my first stream and never touched it since.
Ready to respond.
You now have a munitions half-track deployed on the field.
We are losing ground.
Now he can pull out some landmines of his own. Very, very nice.
G43s.
Let's see what the US player has right now on the field. We have the motor pool, anti-tank gun, which is actually a safe assumption versus Panzer Elite, but oh god, do have light half-track. Overall, the anti-tank gun won't have a lot of use based on opponent's current composition. Because, of course, got some various units. Got the 223 set on up on the fuel point.
Losing ground out there.
Rifle squads advancing forward. Does the engineer, flame engineer inside the garrison does get annihilated as the garrisons. And, of course, lights the house on fire. Rifleman squad does capture this cutoff point there, but does cut off this fuel point that's freshly claimed. Rifleman squad is getting some light cover there. Panther Grenadiers pushing way forward. This Rifleman squad maybe eyeing for this garrison.
We are losing.
But overall, there's just 4 squads here. 4. You may have 2 squads in defense, but the thing is, the more squads you have focused on one squad. Ooh, that was a pretty good strafing run. I was just going to say, just because you have 2 squads fighting doesn't mean it'll force back 2 squads. Because with focus firing and the more damage output, if I remember correctly, there was a video from Spirit of the Law who does Age of Empires 2 not video replays, but statistic videos where
Our front lines are collapsing.
if you have 2 squads on field and you're fighting against units versus 1 unit, it won't trade out evenly 1 for 1. It will trade out like 1 for 0.5. You get diminishing returns if you outnumber, to say the least. Since I'm a caster, I tend to be very observant when it comes to a lot of games. I tend to just notice the metas, see what build is best used, maximize. In Company Heroes 2, I generally play non-meta and maximize the effectiveness. I tend not to be like the mass blobber spammer. I just literally can pull out 1 squad and maximize damage output so I can punch well above my weight most games. I'm just one of those very, very analytical people. Potion makers do take out the landmine there. Very nice.
Losing a point out there.
And now we've got the flame engineers push away forward, but probably won't do much. If they stay negative cover there, the Fallschirmjägers can hit them quite good. But of course, there is a landmine explosion there, but there's the Flamer squad receiving quite a bit of damage. Yep. Rifleman squad advancing forward, Rifleman squad advancing on forward. And the Kaliningrad could receive some fire there, almost goes down. And I got the Flamer Engineers, another Flamer Engineer pushing him forward as well.
Get this over with, goddammit!
Let's see, not a lot of munitions to come. He may want to eye some observation posts and munitions points. It's an annihilation game, go on for a very long time. We've got a supply yard upgrade, very, very nice. Let's see, the Panzer Lead player only has Fallschirmjägers currently available, at least that we can see.
Our forward supply lines are broken.
Yeah, no, he only has Fallschirmjägers, because ability 1 on the Fallschirmjäger side, ability 2 is not S-mines, butterfly bombs. Ability 1 on the other side is Luftwaffe ground forces, the Luftwaffe squads. So that means if you had another ability available, it will be visible. Rifle squad, flame engineers, and sniper in this region. That's the second kill for that sniper.
We are losing a munitions depot.
As right now, 4 Panzer Grenadiers, 1 of them unupgraded. Panzer Grenadiers kept to the left flank there. Kaliningrads are now pushing forward, trying to capture some sectors there. I would say push forward and capture the VP, but that does not exist. Fallschirmjägers or Riflemen are eyeing this munitions point, and the Kaliningrad does go down to the AT gun. Bit of a standoff there. No side really wants to engage. We do got the light TF track pushing way forward.
Reporting task complete.
Barely needed. Don't fuck up. Ready to respond.
Munitions point now has been captured. We got this point being captured as well.
Schützentrupp ready.
We've got this Panzer Grenadiers pushing it forward. We've got the Flame Engineers behind some light cover there. Sniper firing away. And this squad has been good STGs. So now he has 1 STG, 1 FG, and 3 G43. A lot of G's. After all, G's stands for Gewehr. I also always love the very literal language of German language. The FG-40, you got the Fallschirmjäger, the hunter who falls from the sky, the FG-42, which is short for Fallschirmjäger Gewehr, which is the rifle of the hunter who falls from the sky. Oh, that is a Vampire Wagen, which he can put out Goliaths as well. The Flame Engineer does get suppressed and pinned. Funk Wagen maybe on to push forward, maybe set up on a munitions sector.
The enemy is weakening even now.
That was why for that squad. Do got a medic station over here as well. That medic station's in poor position. I would put it behind something. And this Funk Wagen can be very, very useful. If you can push forward, sneak it onto, say, a munitions sector, say, put it right here. That could be very, very good because he's against airborne. He's going to be hungry for all the munitions. That's one way to deny your opponent the munitions, sneakily. Of course, he did see the Funk Wagen, so maybe aware of trying to find it. He does set up on this sector here to steal this munitions point, does get spotted. Kaliningrad does receive a bit of fire there, a Rifleman squad making its way forward as well, maybe trying out for a sticky bomb. Does get a sticky bomb with light TF track. Fallschirmjägers push way forward, needs to start hitting this Flame Engineer. And the sticky bomb does connect onto the light TF track. We've got 2 US snipers now blown on the field. This point has been captured on up as well. Oh, and now we've got an airborne squad being blown on the field. Right now, the Hazli's forces have 27 munitions to come. His opponent has 54. No munitions cache here, nor here. Both of the US snipers are veteran C1, and do have recoilless rifles being put on the field. Panzer Command pulling out something? Ah, it's a 222. What? Of course. What else would a Panzer Command deploy out? It's just going to be 222s deployed out from that thing. You don't need anything else from that structure, pretty much. We do now have the sniper getting some good shots there. D-43 is making their way, getting some good damage there on the airborne squad. One of the snipers just went down to light ATF track. And the other one goes down the light ATF track as well. Ooh. That Kennecrad does go down to the M1AT gun. And now the light ATF track does go down as well. Got a lot of accuracy onto these Panzer Grenadiers. Rifleman squad getting overran as well. And here comes Strafe Run. Does force back the Panzer Grenadiers. 2 more casualties being covered. That will give him a free Rifleman squad.
Kampfgruppe Leer can now use the feared Luftwaffe ground forces.
Would a flak Irving actually be useful shooting down aircraft? Probably not. It's always luck-based whether I can shoot down aircraft time. Oh, looks like the medics are being gunned down, so you will not claim these casualties.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
AT gun now seeing a bit of damage there. You now have the Flame Engineers trying to displace these Fallschirmjägers. Fallschirmjägers do get out of the garrison, but they're getting annihilated. Oh, they go back in. Needs to get on the far side.
Our brothers have fallen.
Getting back in the garrison must have been a misclick.
Infantry section ready to move out.
2 Rifleman squad and an airborne squad now advancing forward. He does spot the medic station there. One medic is out on the ground now. There's another casualty there, so you could potentially get that free Rifleman squad there. Note that casualty has expired. Of course, at this range, getting casualties quite easy. The medic's all turning forward, so a fresh Rifleman squad get spawns on out. Rifleman squad does fall back in time. Does have some fresh bars now. This Panzer Grenadier squad receiving quite a bit of damage now. Airborne squad does receive suppressive fire there. And there's the fresh Rifleman. Of course, the Panzer Grenadier is still in good position there. It does take out more damage there. Medics picking up some more casualties there. It's apply a lot of drop casualties, and it's a pretty quick turnaround time for pickup. And now got the 52 now advancing forward, getting some fire there. This does get a 3rd casualty there, and does go down. And that medic does expire now. Now 222 is advancing forward. Of course, he has the airborne squad engaged at 222. On the left flank, we do have the Rifleman capture the flank. It is a veteran C2 one as well.
Ready for Kampfauftrag.
Punkwagen. Should I start sneaking his way forward? He has to be very sneaky around here, but he can't pull it right there. Even though this is an entry point there, he's fighting against airborne. There's nothing going to be pulling from the entry on the entry point of the map, so it is safe to put it there, just not on the road itself, because that is, of course, part of the cutoff points sector. Getting some damage there. Do now have a fresh Kampfgruppe company. He may be eyeing for Panther research soon. Though honestly, he knows he's competing against airborne. He hasn't seen any armed assets. It may be a good idea to pull out the Varboen or a Panzer IV C. I'm a bit too impartial towards Panzer IV C. I like seeing it set on up and just start firing away at a high rate of fire. Do not have a Panzer Elite landmine there. The US player, does he have any minesweepers on the field? No, he does not. As 1 Flamer Engineer.
Airborne here.
Yep, the airborne's right there. And the Rifleman squad's captured the flanks. Light TF track, full health. Kennecrad, full health. Panzer Grenadiers with STGs, full health. Airborne squad does get forced some back. Rifleman squad here has received too much fire. These Panzer Grenadiers are just very, very vetted, and that Rifleman squad will get wiped out. Let's drop the bar there, and there's a strafe run there. Okay, didn't get annihilated, just lost vision of it. Rifleman squad charging forward, trying to pick up this bar. And the SG squad does pick up the bar as well, and he did a Q move order to pick up the bar and then retreat back.
Airborne, welcome to France. Death from above.
France, I thought this was Belgium. I suppose the US campaign was in France,
We're losing
Market
ground
Garden
out there.
was in Belgium, and I think also maybe Luxembourg? Or no, it's all the way up to the Netherlands. It was Belgium and the Netherlands.
As fast as we're
Maybe not Luxembourg.
57 mil at your service. Airborne, welcome to
US sniper now being deployed on out. It is via his
Sector
only one on
being
the field.
captured.
Barber one now deployed on the field. And the munitions point here is being decaptured.
Paratroopers on point. Airborne.
More light TF tracks being deployed on out.
Rifles ready, Airborne. Taking hit.
Airborne squad does get suppressed there. Does use fired up to get out of there. Barber one now rotating around. Does get some shots there onto the garrison.
Back at full fighting strength.
Barber one does fire some shots there. Got the sniper pushing way forward.
Rally on me! Can't see shit from here!
Over here we do have the engineers finding themselves a Panzer Elite landmine. Nobody expects that. Armor car pushes way forward, does find some autocannon fire onto it, and they does fall back now. The engineers being exposed to that landmine, of course, makes them very vulnerable to the 2-2. Another Panzer Elite landmine there, very nice. Or should I just call it Panzer Elite mines, not landmines. Not like anybody can fly out some naval mines here. Or air mines, those balloons.
Eyes on me, infantry.
But a balloon could be considered a air mine to stop aircraft from flying about. Or are they just like debris, like more close to a tank trap?
We're losing ground out there.
Probably closer more like to a tank trap, isn't it? Not a landmine.
Sniper here.
Also, they explode.
All right.
It could be filled with hydrogen rather than helium, and that would explode. Or catch on fire. Sorry for the stupid hypothesis. We do now have the
Point taken. Easy as baking a cake, huh, boys?
butterfly bombs being deployed on the field. And honestly, in real life, shooting one of those things with any bolt-action rifle would be incredibly hard.
We have territory.
It'd be easy to shoot with a shotgun. That's what you do trap and skeet shoot with. But anything with a bolt-action rifle or even semi-automatic rifle would be incredibly hard to shoot something like that when falling down.
We're ready to move in, just give the order.
Rifleman squads advance forward with the flame engineer.
Ready.
2 US snipers on the field. This is fresh, 0 kills. This one has 2 kills. Does a butterfly bomb count as a infantry kill, or does that not count as a kill counter?
Airborne,
Either way,
back.
Airborne squad will take out the Funkwagen.
Enemy unit.
Best to use a Bergentika to recover it. Actually, there's a number of things you could recover the Bergentika. Light TF track, the Funkwagen. Those probably not worth in the end. They're not exactly high pressure units to
Forward
warrant it.
supply lines are broken.
Core 1 does receive some fire there. AT gun is firing away. And the Panzer Elite player is eyeing for a lot of aggression this side. He has gone for airborne. Maybe could aid the camouflage to Kaliningrad. I don't think that may have been a missed rally there. 52 now splitsing on forward, trying to overrun these snipers there. The AT gun did pack up in the wrong time there. Does take out one of the sniper. 2 of the snipers go down. I think that one went down to the light T half track, which has been pretty good at taking out snipers, hasn't it? There goes 2-2.
Enemy
Purple
unit
is still in the
down.
region. He's perhaps focus on the AT gun. All these forces do fall back. And since he has 4-man squads there, he could actually decrew the AT gun and actually capture it up. Though he knows he's not been fighting against any sort of armed asset, or even vehicle asset for that matter. So both the AT guns probably not really that important.
Base is taking fire.
Paratroopers will in fact escape out of there.
57 crew ready for orders.
They're going after a fuel point. One of ours.
New recruits.
Trying to capture these points now. Let's see. He does not have flak 88s at the moment. He, of course, has the verbal wind. No, he doesn't have the Henschel strafing sport. The flak 88 and the Henschel strafing sport are the last items. He has command points. He may have flak 88s. He may not. He doesn't need them, of course. He hasn't seen any armed assets, so he can get that last safely. And even the Henschel strafing sport's not going to be useful for him. So he's had all the useful doctrine abilities at the moment.
Capturing speed has increased.
Capture speed could be very handy for his Panzer Grenadiers to help secure the territory. Verbal one's getting some good damage there. There's some shots there from the Airborne Squad. Airborne Squad does fall back now, and the Rifleman Squad's going to be annihilated. Now he's sort of being stuck at home, which is not spelling good for him. How much munitions does the US player have? Not a lot. And G, I guess he's meant to say GG. And he has backed out of the game now. So let's go and just fast forward for the rest of it.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
And that's the end of the replay. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yep, and yeah, let's go and do one more replay for tonight. Did I just read that right? Yep. Let's go and do this 2v2. One of the newer 2v2s. There's not been a whole lot of new replays recently from on Games Replay. Most of them, no offense, it's just when it's like one person uploading a replay over and over and over again. I try to pick out individual ones that are good from them, but I'm not going to cast them all from the same player, sort of thing. By the way, let's get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. I spawn on the bottom left side as the US player with Death Machine. Spawn on the right side as his teammate as the British forces. We have, let's see how to read this. I think that those may be bars. Pawn shop is open, so that maybe some sort of clan tag there, and pawn shop is open is more or less his tag. As the Wehrmacht player, we have a foreign name, and as the other Wehrmacht player, we have Tiger Stahl. If I remember correctly as well, Tiger Stahl is one of the more veteran players from another replay, according to one of the community members. Though when I was watching him, he apparently was drunk. So he's having a good time. Or not a good time since he lost. Either way, we have the Brendan Carrier now being deployed on the field. And Scope Rifle Squad as well. Pioneers, of course, will have trouble versus Scope Rifle Squad, as well as a Brendan Carrier. You know, many things will have trouble versus that at close range. Going for this field point now, Brendan Carrier pursuing these Pioneers. Munition point has been captured on up over here. We got the engineers captured some sectors as well. Pioneers captured this sector. And now I've got the Shimwagen trying to engage these forces. Brendan Carrier has received some damage. Scope Rifle Squad hasn't received any damage. Now receives some damage. Now got the MG42 and Pioneer here. He has wired up there, but the Brendan Carrier does scoot his butt and run them over. As well as some fencing. Run over that fence will allow the cows to get out.
We're losing a fuel sector.
Rifle Squad push way forward as well. Could potentially engage the MG42. Rifle Squad sort of dancing away a little bit farther back. Maybe just too much force there from engage, so it's probably soft turning away the Rifleman's probably a good idea. But do not have this Pioneer does decapture that fuel point there. Engineers are eyeing for that munitions point. And MG42 advancing on forward, slowly advancing forward. Scope Rifle Squad to capture the VP. Brendan Carrier now loaded up with infantry section. I think that's just an unscoped Rifle Squad. Pioneers seem to fire there. Shimwagen almost at full health, just to sustain a couple scratches there. The Scope Rifle Squad does get suppressed by the MG42. Pioneers trying to DACA them down. And the Brendan Carrier now repaired up by the US Engineers. Very, very nice. Good teamwork. Pioneer Squad does fall back. We do have the map going crazy once again. We're trying to use it. And the engineers captured the southern sectors. US player using his engineers like that to support out the British player. He's doing a good job with that. Since Engineers are cheap, good capturing squads. He can do that while the intersections push forward, as well as repair up the bread carrier. Thank you for the follow. Oh, that may have been a YouTube subscription. And I don't have a way to look that up. My apologies. Rifleman squad, push way forward. We got the Pioneers getting inside the garrison. Grain carrier now push way forward. We do got the Schirmwagen trying to charge forward. Does interrupt the deployment there, but let's cancel it nice and early to get a full refund. We got a sniper shot there, the scope rifle squad. Yes, we do. 2 kills there. 3rd kill from another sniper there. That was his 1st kill. Rifleman squad get inside the garrison, but there's too many snipers in the region. Grain carrier does bounce a sniper shot there.
We got a full combat load.
They've got multiple rifle squads advancing forward. There, of course, is a bunker here. There is a nice little opening there from the get on through this base, but already accomplished all too much on this way.
Troops can now make sticky bombs.
Sticky bombs now available for the US player. Multiple sniper shots there onto the riflemen. They do flitch around, actually in a pretty good direction. Wehrmacht landmines being pulled on the field. Does spot this Wehrmacht sniper. That's why he camped it. He thought he saw the light there and thought he was going to grab himself a sniper, but he did not. There's too many snipers on the field. There's right now appears to be 4 snipers, Wehrmacht snipers.
Enemy unit down.
Ooh, Pioneer goes down to a mortar hit. Looks like. I think I see a mortar placement on the field, and MG42 does fall back. Scope rifle squad does find the landmine there. Wehrmacht snipers advancing forward. We've got the fuel point not being captured on up. We've got the Jeep advancing forward as well. Schirmwagen does receive a couple bullets there. Jeep now soft trading away. The Jeep is going to be very important hunting down a sniper. Got 2 snipers, 3 snipers in here across 2 players. 2 Pioneers as well. Lieutenant may want to be careful. Will it take 3 sniper shots to kill him, or was it 4? Either way, the Lieutenant probably does not want to be hit by sniper bullets. There's a Van American landmine there, which could the Jeep find and die to it. Lieutenant pushed way forward as well. He could find the landmine and potentially die to it, but it needs to take a little bit of damage before that point. Bren carrier advancing forward does go and button it. It does load up. The Bren carriers load up some Brens. After all, it's instantly in its description. The Bren carrier must pick up Brens. And goes out of control now.
Enemy unit down.
That could allow the US player to pull out his own sniper for counter sniping. And right now, the Axis players, they have too many snipers spawned in the field. They have no front line. This problem is going too many snipers. If you don't have Volksgrenadiers, if you don't have Grenadiers, your front line will disintegrate. You will have no way to hold ground after capturing it. MG42s are nice, but they're not an all catch-all for everything. Now you got a single Bren carrier hunting down 5 snipers.
Enemy unit down.
Oh god. Of course, they're loaded with Brens, not scope rifles, so it's hard for them to spot these snipe shots. And he can take out some of the guys in the back, but it looks like they all throw rounds into the hull. This is my biggest problem with Company Heroes 2. People who just spam with snipers, their front lines just generally disintegrate. Lieutenant does avoid one of those bullets there. May receive some more shots. Nope, does escape on there. Loses a US engineer there. Minor loss. You know, against with all these snipers likely. There's just 5. Why are there so many snipers? He literally only has snipers left. Doesn't even have a pioneer anymore. 2 snipers. Does get a grenadier. Good. He also has a Pak 38 and as well as an MG42. Medic. I was talking about medic station or casualty for a triage center. Honestly, a triage center will not be necessary versus snipers. So I think he's talking about medic station.
I am ready for the hunt.
Is there 6 snipers on the field? I also am not a big fan of sniper spam or snipers in general. And that's why my mod in Couple Heroes 2,
Pioneers here.
I replaced them as light infantry squads,
Pioneer team ready.
Jaeger light infantry and Pathfinders. All of them have their own variations of that.
25-pounder ready.
Curiosity Center now being employed on the field by the British forces.
25-pounder, take post.
Grenadiers do capture this field point. I hear a mortar hit there. Pioneers do see some shots there. Good placement for the mortar emplacement.
Pack 38, ready.
Another Pack 38 on the field, which is good. Maybe a little bit overkill at this point in time. Right now, we do got a supply yard here. Just tell me he has something else than snipers. He has a pioneer. He does have Veterancy 1 support units. Renegade now advancing on forward. Over here, got jeeps. I hear some landmine detonations, or maybe something got canceled. No, it's a panic on the Grenadier. Very, very good. Now, the bigger sniper spammer does get his escalated skirmish phase complete. More placement does go down. Very, very nice. We're seeing a lot of AoE damage there from the Piets, and the Grenadier squad does fall back. You also got a Capitan deployed on the field.
Hold an assault force for us. They need deployment locations.
Stormtroopers will be good, whether it be Panzerschreck or STGs. That's a wild squad of Stormtroopers. Pioneer, however, may get annihilated.
Defend the fatherland with good death.
Pioneer does go down there. Looks like the Brennan carrier does get some hits there, trying to deploy designated marksman on these snipers. Steve shot there, deployed designated marks. Nope, he was unable to. 18 guns to take out the Brennan carrier. This one a bit too far forward, just too many snipers apparently for him to deal with. MG42 inside this garrison. There are no windows inside, so stay on this side. And he's gonna walk straight in front of the garrison there. MG model right there. Fires a good burst there. Suppresses both those squads. And defense crews are taking some good close range damage as well. MG42 is pretty low in health. May get wiped out. Try and go forward HQ right now. Wait. Oh. Nope, never mind. Somehow that health bar way over there managed to light up perfectly on like a build bar over here.
Veterancy gain.
I love how those accidents sort of happen.
Do you need any construction?
$17-pounder. I can understand being precautious, but they're fighting against mass snipers. That's not gonna be useful. Ooh, Rifleman squad got a pretty good volley there. And does get wiped out. Got half track here. $17-pounder does fire a shot there. And I think he heard that thinking it was a 25-pounder shot, but he would be mistaken. This guy, what is he going for? Armor command truck. Cromwell wouldn't be half bad. I know it's a meme unit, but against mass sniper, Kangaroo could be reasonable. There's a lot of landmines though. Does spot one of the landmines there with the scope rifle squad there. Gets good hits on the half track as well. Half track does get loaded up, or yeah, does get loaded up by this Pioneer, but likely will go down. Lieutenant needs to fall back. Counter kill there. Bren gun squad does get annihilated, and does actually keep the half track alive somehow. 25-pounder barrage gets a direct hit there on the Grenadiers. Very, very nice. I just saw snipe. Oh, there's so many queues up here, it's getting delayed. Stormtrooper squad does get forcing back. Let's get loaded up with one Panther truck at the moment.
CP lorry ready to deploy. We're ready to roll out.
Armor command truck now deployed out in the field. Actually, the only thing I just don't want to see is mass staghounds. I think mass staghounds, the fact that their pinto mounts can cause suppression, bit BS in my opinion. I would like to see Honestly, I also think the command tank for improving your fireflies against the various heavy armored axes of the Axis is quite nice. Sniper shots there onto the rifleman. This rifleman squad needs to fall back. He's just losing. Against these many snipers, you have a very short window of response. A Sherman tank, however, is an excellent item at this point in time. A Sherman Crocodile would actually be reasonable as well.
Rifles in, sir.
Orders coming in.
Anything else being played out by the tank depot? Let's take a quick look and see everybody's doctrines that they've gone for. The British player does not appear to have gone for a doctrine. Against mass sniper, or artillery is always reasonable. Commando gliders could perhaps get a quick ambush on a sniper. There's also a lot of stormtroopers here. Road engineers can provide some more resources, which could be useful. Yeah, that Brent squad. It gets inside the garrison from the firing from there. It's going to receive too much sniper fire. 25 pounder trying to Ivar shot there. Gets a kill there. Very, very nice. Just picking up the snipers one at a time is very useful. Now there's a lot of Panzer trucks hitting this command truck. The US players lost a decent amount of forces there. City kind of starting to get hit, which is not really a critical asset at the moment, but it's still expensive. Brent squad pushes way forward. Sherman tank firing some shots as well. Got to stick on these forces here. And yep, still no doctrine selected at the moment. The US player may have selected doctrine. Nothing visible, however. But it could be armor doctrine. Both the first abilities don't have visible notifications. So does infantry. Does take out that engineer. But it could be armor. It could be infantry. Either way, it's definitely not airborne. Defensive doctrine. So they could potentially pull out some flak 88s, which can be very useful against British forces. And we of course got Blitzkrieg as well. So we got non-selected doctrine and an unknown doctrine for the Allies, and that's it.
Reserves hold an assault force for us. They need
Stews are
deployment
now available. The
locations.
Sherman tanks will be more than plenty against Stews, so have to be careful with the AT guns, however. Rolls a bounce there. Sherman tank sort of backing on off. Let's see if we see any more assets for this US player. We may see something when we use those 2 command points. We do now have a stag hound being put on the field, so we may see a stag hound spam. Hope you go for a repair sappers to get over heals and stag hounds. There's some landmines here as well. 2 Panzertruck Grenadiers here. 2 seats, 1 pen. Or 1 hit, which was a pen. The other one didn't miss. Stu now deployed on the field. Got the stormtroopers and the snipers advancing forward. Bren squad and Scoper squad against some damage on these grenadiers. 2 Wehrmacht snipers here. This is the guy who only deployed out 2 snipers. They're unvetted as well.
Enemy unit down.
Oh, that's a Jeep. Oh, okay, that's a Pioneer, not a sniper. Push way forward. We've got a 25 pounder barrage or something for big explosions there. 25 pounder barrage in this region. Getting some hits. Stormtroopers pushing forward. They have both 1 Panzertruck at least. See, this guy here only has 1. This guy only has 1 as well. So there's 2 Panzertrucks, not 4. Stag Hound is in the region. Could go ahead and push around the Panzertruck models, allowing this Pinto mount to suppress. Going for another slit trench here.
25 pounder. Go ahead, sir.
Sniper is firing shots there. Does force back the, or soft retreats away the Bren squad. Stormtroopers push way forward. They may be upgraded with additional Panzertrucks. No, they're not. Snipers now receives some fire from the Stag Hound. And he does have a repair sapper as well for overheals. Very, very nice. 25 pounder, however, did not receive the repairs. Does have the Vickers now suppressing down these stormtroopers, trying to disrupt them as quickly as possible. One does get pinned, both will get pinned, so that the base MG does save those stormtroopers. The pass snipers immediately trying to repair up the 25-pounder. Very nice. Up north, the engineers do decapture the VP. Sniper receiving some hits there. He still has 3 snipers on the field, so he has those 3 still remaining. Staghound receiving the shots there. Those are some of the snipers for the forces here. Put it there onto the infantry forces. Captain Civilian Winch does get his first kill there. Staghound stands forward. There was a landmine there, but may have been detected by the artillery, so another landmine in this region. Pack 3 received a deadly hit there. Staghound still pushing forward uncontested. One sniper gets a direct hit there, and he was aiming for the Pack 38. Pack 38 does receive a hit there. Other sniper does receive a spotted there, and it's killed off by a 25-pounder as well. I don't think he meant to destroy those snipers there with the 25-pounder barrage, but he did nonetheless. The AT gun's now fully destroyed. Staghound receives another hit there, needs to fall back and get on out of there. Sherman tank still alive. We got 2 Sherman tanks now on the field. So this one, maybe a fresh one. He has 0 kills, the other one has 2 kills. More Pantrix, so he's starting to double equip these Stormtrooper squads, which should be effective versus the various assets, but having Sherman tanks can withstand a bit more abuse than, say, Hellcats and Greyhounds. Staghound does go down there. But the fact that these Sherman tanks can withstand a bit more abuse makes it so the double Pantrix are a lot less effective. And plus they can actually shoot back. So an unknown doctrine for the US player. Like it says he gone for 2 Sherman tanks, he likely went for armor. You see a doctrine selected here. A lot of command points were consumed. No boards inside, so I think he's gone for raw artillery. Commandos would have had something visible, I believe. While raw artillery would not have something visible. Raw engineers can have something visible, the Churchill line, while the other line has the planks that gets on the emplacements, but I don't see those, so I think he's gone for raw artillery. Oh, that's a Flak 88, isn't it? Flak 88 now put on the field. Raw artillery would be very useful to stop that. Does pick out those. Oh, it does actually get one of those snipers there. Very, very nice. Patrick's pushed way forward. We got 2 engineers in this region to spot. Rifleman squad does get inside this garrison. Does have a slit trench here. Garrison by the captain, which does keep the slit trench active without needing to scuttle it. Sending Pounder is still alive. It's getting some great shots there.
Our war machine is raring to go.
And he has gone for Allied War Machine. So next line item is likely the Calliope. And there is a US landmine right there underneath that Sherman tank. Right now he has 3 Sherman tanks, very, very nice. And that Sherman tank has received a bit of abuse. US landmine may be spotted there. Grenadiers throwing a pair of grenades. It does spot the landmine now, getting massive damage there. More than those 2 grenades. And now we've got a 4th Sherman tank on the field. And I do actually believe that a not Firefly, a Sherman Crocodile wouldn't be half bad. Oh, looks like that Pantrick does fire a shot on the retreat. And doing a good job of body blocking these stormtroopers. Do have this half track here. I think just meant for reinforcement half track and mobile suppression, not necessarily for flamer nor warframe upgrade. I'm assuming he can't overheal friendly Shermans, right? Yeah, I think that's like a slight tap above 100% health, hence that white bar. Does put in the vehicle there, trying to get some PS shots onto it. Get some good hits there. He does spot the 2 Flak 88s, though, and now got the officer artillery raining on it. Gets a direct hit there. Let's take out the half track now. Shoots push way forward, suppressing these forces right now. The Flak 88 is still alive, just peeking through. It's now very closer closer to death, but still alive. Sherman takes now advance forward. They could actually start destroying base structures. Just be careful of the Flak 8. There's a lot of line side blockade there. Grenadiers receive massive hits there. And he doesn't have access to allied war machines, so if he starts losing one of the Sherman tanks, he could just suicide on in. Grenadiers may go down. He may want to try to crush them, grind them against the building. And Sherman tanks still pushing around, seeing some fire from the stormtroopers. Maybe a good idea to just start behind and fall back. They're wounded, but allied war machine is a little bit more difficult to use Sherman tanks since they're actually much more durable. So, if not relying on it, it's actually a good plan. Just use it as a backup. Another Sherman tank advancing forward. Start hitting some of these base MGs. Over here, the British forces advancing forward, trying to overrun these emplacements. It does have a 2 repair bunkers there, but no vehicles for them to repair. So that's actually a big waste. Sherman tanks receive a bit of abuse there. Now it does use Allied War Machine. This one does see a bit more abuse there. You can send forward some of these wounded ones.
Losing a victory point.
Trying to take out the Comcroft Center. The Sherman tank now see multiple penetrating shots there. May want to eye just for some crush moves. The other does lose it, so this wounded one may want to fall back. No point in trying to lose it. He's used it, don't have to lose it. And now the Sherman tank's starting to withdraw from the region. Very, very nice. He does have some engineers here, and he's getting picked off by the sniper. This wooden Sherman needs to be more properly microed. It's make a shot up right there. I have shots there, but they're flinching around. Sherman tank here does get efficiency 1. Does lose an engineer squad there. This other one's receiving a bit too much fire. Fresh Sherman tanks now push way forward. This one receives a bit more fire. These other two ones can advance on forward.
Reserves are holding a Calliope.
And Calliope's not available and had enough manpower, just enough manpower for it. Ooh, great shots there. One Grenadier squad does go down. Stu's advancing forward. They're not great versus Sherman tanks. Turn back off the region. British forces are making their way forward once again. Does find these repair bunkers, which is not that useful.
Enemy unit down.
Good hit there by the 25 pounder there. More of the stormtrooper models to go down, getting softened up by the Calliope. Those repair bunkers will of course repair up those Stu's, but it's just not enough. They need something a bit more durable. They need Stu's, not Stu's, honestly. Like another Flak 88 being pulled on the back line there. It looks like both Flak 88s are destroyed on the front line. Flak 38
Enemy
right there.
unit down.
Getting a good hits there on the Brent squad. Brent squad is fall back, and the few points being captured on up. Being repaired on up by these bunkers now. Got the Sherman tanks gain some damage down to these stormtroopers. The stormtrooper may be upgraded to Pantrex. Let's take a quick look at everybody's resources. This has very much clear. I think has enough command points for a Tiger tank. Doesn't have enough manpower for the other line, or not manpower, munitions for the other line. So probably a good idea for Tiger tanks to have manpower, blow it out. Doesn't have any, he does have Veteran C3 tanks as well, so it'll be a Vet 3 Tiger tank. I think that would be best. He also doesn't have a lot of resources in general, though. The defensive player has a good reserve of manpower, enough munitions for registered artillery, no fuel reserves. So I guess Flak 8s are what he can go. He's also getting sieged down. Wait, he's going for a second Comcroft Center next to the Comcroft Center. That may have been a misclick. US player has a healthy reserve of munitions, a good reserve of manpower, and a good reserve of fuel, but not enough for the rest of the game. Comcroft Center will go down. Luckily he has a Comcroft Center as well. Four Sherman takes the base forward, one of them a little bit wounded. Calliope barrage coming in at a very, very good angle. And Sherman tank's now charging forward as well. Need to focus on the Pack 38. This Sherman tank is about ready to go down. Does use Allied War Machine to recover it. He has plenty of munitions. He can be a bit wasteful with it. And the Pack 38 is starting to get overrun. Does use strategic resourcing complete. Pack 38 does get decrewed there. There is a Pantrex on the squad. And starting to grab the Sherman tanks. This bunker is still up. The bunker over here is down, but he is defensive, so he does have the pinto mounts with the Comp-Craft Centers. Is that why he went for the second Comp-Craft Center for the extra pinto mount? That may be why he did it. Over here, Shoes pushing forward. Grand Squad does fall back. And I've got these Stag Hounds patrolling around. Over here, Stag Hounds pushing forward, starting to press down these Grenadiers.
NCO's reporting.
And now got the engineer going down.
RT able to cover kill zones.
Already able to cover kill zones. That means he's gone for sector Overwatch.
Panzer divisions are down to 200 points.
Yeah, I think this game is pretty much over. Buckety has made a breach in the hedge line. Needs to stop force firing ground and maybe... Nope. Needs force fire ground on this hedge line right now.
NCO's reporting they have
Stag Hound's able
destroyed a German
to
target.
protect this VP. The British flag can be defensive. The Sherman tanks can be on the offense. Hit there. Multiple Comp-Craft Centers pulled on the field. He's definitely gone there for the defensive MGs in the Black 8 now firing shots there on the Sherman tank. It's a main gun to short crit there. And Sherman tank's out trying to overrun the Grenadier that's in the back corner of the map with no upgrades.
NCO's reporting they
Grenadier
have
does go
destroyed a German
down.
target.
His teammate just brought out a Tiger tank. If he was out a Tiger tank, he's able to engage the Sherman tanks a bit more effective. He is not happy, isn't he? There's the Tiger tank. He's good at around to the Sherman tanks now. And of course, one player back to the game, so the game's basically over. Sherman tanks could go in and circle around, and some good flying hits there, destroys the rest of the infrastructure, and both of them now backed out of the game. And the replay should be ending relatively soon. And that is the end of the replay. This is Andgrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So I mentioned beforehand, that is going to be my last replay for tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good night, get some good rest, and enjoy.